fourth quarter possessions. Remember
You
when he
know,
was saying like,
you know what's fire
Now
is
we're gonna
that
have
might
to
have
all just
started
watch
right
this.
when you said Lowe was lying, so they probably didn't
Oh,
hear that you said that
so
the
low. You're
chat
saying
said.
low doesn't. You're saying low doesn't know. That's what you're saying.
no, no. Just to be clear, somebody in the YouTube comments posted on the video yesterday that Lowe was lying about that fourth quarter.
They said he's a
Um,
big fat lie.
Big
remember
fat lie.
he was saying that Bron wasn't involved in assisting Booby Gibson in any of those threes or whatever he made in the fourth quarter. And I was
Hmm.
like, bro, like he at least touched the ball like a hockey assist. And he was like, no, he hasn't touched the ball. Somebody in the
He's.
comment
I
begged to
think.
differ about that.
Didn't he
They said
say
they said
like?
he must have been watching game. They said he was watching the wrong game. I think he was watching game five because it says here that the very first possession in the fourth quarter, LeBron brings the ball up and passes. His pass leads to Gibson three. The second possession was in the half court, and it was a hockey assist from Bron. The
Mhm.
third possession was a steal and one from Bron. The fourth possession was actually an assist from Bron to straight to Gibson. So he had been
And
watching the
that's what
wrong
I'm
game.
saying. I know. When do you watch LeBron on the floor when he goes 3 minutes without making an impactful play
Yeah,
in
that's
some
what I
way,
was
shape, or
saying.
form?
You mean
It's
how much?
just.
It's not impactful. Y'all criticize Luka Doncic for touching the ball too much. So hold that same criticism. He touches the
It's
ball a
not
lot,
He
it's
still
not the
makes
same thing
impactful
at all.
plays.
and Luka makes impactful plays too by that logic as well.
No,
That's what I'm
but
talking about. I'm talking about
my
Okay,
Luca.
thing
okay.
with
I know. I'm
Luke
just
I mean
saying, just keep
Luca.
the same. Just keep the same energy. That's all I'm
I'm
saying.
well. Hold on, though, because I'm not conceding that because my biggest thing with Luca be like y'all like, oh well, he gets a bunch of assists. It's like if you dribble the ball 600 times and you have the ball for let's say, okay, let's just call, even though we know that it doesn't work like this, but let's say in the NBA that you get 24 minutes with the ball and the other team has 24 minutes with the ball. Of that time, Luca has the ball for like 20 minutes of the 24. So it's like, bro, of course you're getting some assists, you know.
LeBron has the ball a lot even at that time, bro.
Yeah, well, so right now I'm not making a comparison. I'm just saying, like, bro, Luca has the ball all game, so you can't make it seem like we're just like I'm just making it up, bro.
I
Hey, you
feel you.
damn right you can't make a comparison right now. Y'all seen what that boy did last night? Yeah. Hey, I tried to tell you guys, it's
Got his ass kicked by
2015
Kawhi.
all over again. Hey, now look. It's just funny. Ever since I started saying LeBron doesn't look any different from what he's been doing over the last 10 years, all of a sudden, he
Hey,
started
Luca
just
got
turning
busy
it
too.
up. He
Luca
started
got
just,
busy too, though.
no, he did. Luca had 41. I mean, it's kind of expected, you know. Like when I'm saying that, I don't ever want to make it seem like I'm like denouncing Luca or anything. Like
Yeah.
I know Luca is him. It's
hmm
kind of evident.
You know who else
I'm just
got busy
saying,
last night?
Bron has not fell off.
Hey,
Nah, Braun
cool.
is ridiculous. I'm with you, Ron, but the thing where you just went on a crazy cliff was when you tried to say 2013. That's the cliff where I'm not gonna go with you on. But you talking about like 2015, late Cavs days, and then 2020, I'm with you there. But that 2013 Braun is nah, bro. It's different.
No, we could leave 2013 and just 2018 too, just due to what was going on. Even though you do say he was overrated that year, but I'm gonna leave 2018 out of this. But any other year, it's same old Bron. And you've been seeing what I've been sending into the group chat. Hashtag it's 2015 again.
The
It
Clippers was
really
beating
is.
the Clippers was beating the hell out of them now.
Well, I mean, come on. If what happens if I don't even want to talk about the hypothetical because y'all get mad about that, but they're clearly just a better team. They're
They
clearly
are
just
a
a better
better
team.
team. They are a better team. Yes, they are.
Yeah. But like Dub said, I got to keep the same energy. I have to keep the same energy. I don't give a damn if you're going for 45, 50 if you're getting your ass whooped. Somebody got to shoot the ball.
Yeah, but that boy was out there doing whatever the hell he wanted to do.
That's a fact.
You don't think he
That's a
was
fact.
stat? You don't think he was stat padding in the fourth quarter?
How do you stat pad when your team's down 1,000,000 points and you have to score points to catch up?
Just asking. I'm just
Because
asking.
look,
I'm just asking.
I'm gonna tell you why, Ron. I'm gonna tell you why. Because if you're getting blown out like that by the Clippers, the fourth quarter is when you're supposed to load manage. Sit your old ass down.
He
You
Well,
had
know what I'm
he
15
saying?
in the
actually
fourth.
he actually
He had
didn't
15
y'all
in
he
the
actually didn't play
no.
like the last 6 7 minutes.
okay,
How
okay. Well,
how
look,
the hell he had
I
15
actually
in the fourth?
Could-
what happened last time I didn't get to
It's
finish the game. Oh,
2015. I keep trying
so I
to
went.
tell you guys.
So I
Bron
didn't
took
see
the
the.
youth, the magic youth formula. He took it, the one from Buddy Love. He got a hold of it, and he
Crazy.
I didn't see past halftime because I went to the gym. I didn't see past halftime, but at that point, that's how I feel about it. Like Brian, You too old and too valuable at this point to be playing the fourth quarters when you know the game. It's done. You lost. That's when you're supposed to low manage. So right there, I can consider that stat pattern like, oh, he just wants to catch Kareem. But it's kind of like I think he's doing a disservice to his team and the young boys on his team that could use those minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like let somebody else get there, get comfortable,
Young
shoot
boys
the
on his
ball.
team ain't that good though. I'm not even.
Yeah, but they
Well,
not.
I mean,
they not
that's why
gonna
they
get
need the
better. They're
minutes.
not gonna get better watching him chase Kareem in the fourth quarter.
I feel you.
But
bro.
I mean, he's
Like,
not really chasing Kareem. Like Kareem is caught like that. He's about to do that damn near tomorrow. Like it's not like he needs seasons to catch Kareem. I think he was just playing last night because I think they was actually trying to come back.
Well, look, like I said, I only watched the first half. I was getting my own workouts in, so I didn't really get to see the whole second half. So I don't know if they had a chance or not.
I feel you, Ron, but it's like, I mean, we all say 20-point leads ain't safe anymore. I see your point, but still, it's like 15.
They was trying. The Clippers was just hitting everything. I couldn't believe the Clippers played like that.
Yeah,
I mean, I could, but like that was just crazy.
I don't know why people still have like this blind faith to the Lakers as if they could do something. Like I don't see it. I don't get it why. Like LeBron's great, but it's like you got LeBron and AD, and then everybody else is. Ugh.
So you don't think
Thomas Bryant is not that good? I'm not gonna hold you.
No.
People keep saying that. People keep big on Thomas Bryant. He is not that good. He is not that good.
I don't know if not that good is a good way to.
He doesn't have
him.
good defense.
Well, hold on. When you say he's not that good, are you saying he's not good or he's not as good as he's been looking?
He's not as good as everyone think he is.
What does everyone think he is?
I don't know. I keep hearing praises about this guy, and every time I hear praises,
he deserves it.
You can get your flowers, yeah.
Nah, he's not that good. He's not as good as everyone think he is, bro. These double doubles and everything, like I'm not.
What does everyone?
I mean, so last night, how does he?
Can we measure this?
I'm not measuring this. I'm just saying he's not that good.
That makes
he's a backup
zero
center,
sense.
Dub. He's a backup center.
Nobody has expectations for this guy.
That's what I'm saying.
If anything, he's probably over exceeding expectations based on.
No, he for sure is 1,000%.
So
I did say that when he earlier when he was still hurt. I was saying that when he gets healthy, I think he could be impactful. I thought he was going to help the team, but I wasn't saying he was going to be third team All NBA or nothing.
It's not about.
That's what Dub's like. If he doesn't make an All NBA team,
see, now y'all putting words in my mouth. Y'all do this all the time, bro.
I mean, you're putting words in everyone's mouth.
No, I'm not. I heard.
No.
All-Star MVP. If he's All-Star MVP, he's the best player in the league. What's it called? But Thomas Bryant, I just heard, like, this is why I hate what people do. Oh my God, the way I heard this before. You guys was talking about on the panel or something. Oh my God, the way Thomas Bryant been playing, he's been looking really well. Shut up. Shut up.
Wait, what's wrong with saying? What's wrong with saying that?
Because he's still not good. I don't care. He's still not good.
How's he not? He's not good because what you've seen him do before, or he's not good because what he's doing now is a fluke.
What he's doing now is probably predicated off of LeBron James and him having to be there, and he has to rack up points because there's nobody else there to rack up points or rebounds.
Well,
so then how come the other players aren't doing that?
Huh?
They have a full roster. How come the other players aren't doing that?
Because Thomas Bryant is just there, bro.
But hold on, Dub.
So anyone who's not a superstar, anyone who's not a star, they just exist. They're just there. You can't say that they're playing well because they're not a superstar.
Here you go again. No, y'all be gassing these people up prematurely, bro. Like Thomas Bryant.
Premature egasculation? Is that
like I just hate people. This is my thing. I hate gassing people up.
That is. Don't lose that.
I hate gassing people up. I hate gassing people up who really don't who's not really that good. Like I just hate it.
Yo, but
Dub,
so
you
just said that he's only scoring those points because he gets those minutes. Can we say the same thing about the starting center who gets those minutes? So that's like saying, okay, well, AD, you're only scoring 30, 37, and 16 because you get those minutes to do it. Does that go for anybody that gets minutes in the NBA?
No, AD gets those. He gets those touches because it's a difference where you're getting those numbers out of. Think about it.
Fire.
That's amazing, actually. Think about it like this: like, if we all playing together, right? And let's say Shaq is on the team, we know that we're gonna play through Shaq. We're always gonna play through.
Wait, Shaq who?
All right, LeBron. Let's say LeBron is on the team, and
now you're talking.
There we go. We're gonna play through LeBron. We're gonna play through LeBron, and we're always gonna play through. We're always gonna play through LeBron because he's the best player on the team, right? If he's not there no more, guess what? it's impossible for us to go on the court and just score 0 points in a game. There's going to be a guy in there who maybe you or JD who's going to take in some of that workload. Not because you're really that good, but because there's no other way for the points to generate. There's no other ways that the stats are going to generate.
I can make the argument for anybody in the NBA. I have.
What if they're doing it efficiently though? Because the other night,
he had 30. He had 30 the other night.
On.
Nah, he played great that game.
12 of 15 shooting, 4 for 5 from 3. So I'm like, if you're doing it efficiently, that was like an anomaly.
That was definitely an anomaly. When was the last time he made 4 threes?
That's a good question.
Okay, he doesn't make 4 threes.
I don't know. No. Wait though. No. Because Thomas Bryant's been smacking that 3 this year, for sure.
When did he make 4 threes?
Hold on, I'm gonna go look at it.
Dub, when Klay Thompson shoots 4 for 5, I'm impressed. So
Klay Thompson's a god, though.
You know what I'm saying? It's not like everybody's just shooting 4 for 5.
Yeah.
Like I don't think he's ever done that before, and he probably won't. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a very, very good shooting. So I'm not gonna.
That night
if he shoots 2 for 5, I'm good with that too. So. You know,
I feel you.
Look, we can't hold him to 4 or 5 standards.
I just think Thomas Bryant benefits from
last night. He went 2 for 3.
James.
Oh, shit.
When did he make
Thomas
4
Bryant
threes?
can shoot the 3. He can.
When did he make 4 threes?
Why is he going to make 4 threes?
I'm gonna look, but like I'm saying,
Anthony
though,
Davis
he's been
a good 3-point shooter?
He's been shooting great percentages this year.
It's not about that.
What do you mean
bro.
it's not about that?
Dude's shooting 44.4% from 3 this year. That's 4.
What?
4. Yeah, he can shoot the ball. I keep trying to tell you, he's not just a big bum.
Rod.
What do you?
No.
So I'm butchering the stats for him.
Stop. Yes, you are.
So I'm up here trying to make Thomas Bryant look good.
You said how many threes did he attempt? I watched the game, bro. So how many threes?
I'm talking to Ron. I'm telling Ron to get off of basketball.
I'm actually on NBA.com. Thank you.
How many
Mars and Lowe won't give me their Mathletes password, so I can't log into that one. But got NBA.com. He shoots 1 a game.
Yeah. So,
but hold on, wait. No, but look though, because now I'm looking back through his years. Last year he shot damn near 2 a game, and last year he shot a bad percentage. He shot 28. But before you dive on him, hold on, because the 2 prior years he shot 40%, and he shot two a game those last 2 years. The two in the 2020 and the 2021 season, he shot 40%, and then he shot 42%. So I mean, this isn't a fluke.
How many games did he play? How many games did he play in 2021?
In 21, when he shot 42%, he played 10 games.
Okay, that's not valid.
But hold on, wait. Because the year before that, when he shot 40%, he played 46 games, and he shot 2 a game.
And who was on that team?
That's irrelevant.
Who was on that team?
It's kind of irrelevant.
Russell Westbrook, a guy who played like LeBron James, who was able to put him in positions where he's playing off of his guy.
Well, who's on this team? Russell Westbrook.
LeBron and Russ. So that's why I'm saying, like, he's mainly benefited off of playing off of those guys. He's not really that good, bro. Like,
so if he played for the Thunder, this wouldn't be the case? Is what you're saying?
I'm just saying he's not that good. That's all I'm saying. He's just not that
crazy.
Good. I didn't know that we were gonna open the show up talking about Thomas freaking Bryant.
Bro,
I'm
he's
really
not a
impressed.
good defender too. He is not a good
impressed.
NBA player. We could talk.
It's all right to gas him up a little bit, a little role player action. Why not? We always talk about LeBron James. Speaking of LeBron James, before we get off of LeBron James completely, last night with that 40-point outing makes it official that he has dropped 40 on every NBA team.
Yeah,
it's pretty impressive.
Who?
LeBron? He's dropped 40 on every team in the NBA.
Insane,
that's over his career.
Crazy.
Obviously.
It took him this long to get the Clippers. That's wild.
It took him this long to get the Kobe. He finally caught Kobe.
Impressive feat, nonetheless.
You know what's crazy though? It's like when they showed this whole thing, because after his last 40-point game, I think they showed there was 2 teams left, or it was 1 team left, and it was the Clippers. But when I seen that, I was kind of like surprised that he hadn't already done it. I'm like, if somebody would have asked me like, hey, do you think LeBron scored 40 on every team? I would be like, yeah, I mean, I would assume so. But I mean, now that he's here though, that's dope.
It's fire. KG Son said, who be making these titles? Because how did the Wizards commit to tanking? Am I crazy thinking that the Wizards are like full-blown tank mode after this trade?
After what? What? After this trade, what's wrong with you?
What do you mean?
Why you act like Rui's weak?
No, it's not. What are we talking about?
What are you talking about? Bro, they gave away a good player.
Oh my God!
And they got Kendrick Nunn.
They still have Kyle Kuzma, KP. If they would have got rid of like Bradley Beal or Kyle Kuzma, then I would see a point.
Nah,
Rui
they're full-blown
Hachimura?
tank
Are you
mode.
serious?
Full-blown tank mode.
Yo, come on, bro. Ron.
That's an important piece.
Yo, get this host, bro. This is
That's an
an
important
host
piece.
editor, bro. Yo, Ron, get this host, bro. This is crazy.
I don't think this move shows that they're tanking, but
Nah, bro,
I'm not saying they're not. I'm not saying they're not tanking, but I'm not saying that this move is the confirmation.
Bro, come on.
I mean, they could be though. I could see. Well, no, because it's been reports, and it's just been reports. You know, sometimes reports are right, sometimes reports are wrong. But it's been reports that that they're not trading Kuz. So if they're not trading Kuz, I don't think they're tanking. If Kuz goes, that's the first domino to full tank mode.
This
or
is what
some
I'm
sort of
saying.
rebuild.
Bro, it's a domino effect. They're about to make more trades.
No, they got rid. No.
The tip of the iceberg.
If you're keeping Kyle Kuzma, and they said they're keeping Kyle Kuzma, why would you keep Rui Hachimura? Why would you keep him?
We'll see if they keep.
If you have KP and Kyle Kuzma, and you're like, you know what, I'm not getting rid of him. There's no room for Rui Hachimura.
So what if they move Kyle Kuzma too?
Then you could have an argument that.
That's what I'm saying. It's just the first domino to fall, like Ron said.
Oh my God! And the whole Rui Hachimura is gonna benefit the Lakers thing is actually like, it doesn't move the bar at all. If anybody thinks that, you're just wrong.
It might not move the bar, but it shakes the needle a little bit.
Wait, so chat, you guys want to bully me into changing this?
They get a little better with Rui.
Chat, title the show. Best title gets the title.
All right, fine. I'll change
it. Best chat gets the title.
Fine.
All right. The title should be Thomas Bryant is not good at basketball.
All right, I'll change it. Chat, I will change the title in the thumbnail because you bullied me into it.
Yo, but Dub, I don't see how like the Rui move isn't a good move for them. I think the Rui move is an exceptional move for them.
I think it's a great move for the Lakers.
Yeah, I think so as well.
And that's why I'm saying I think that the Wizards are. I mean, they're moving like a good piece. Like, wouldn't you, regardless if they have Kuzma or not, can't you bring Hachimura off the bench?
Yeah, I think Rui does a lot more for the Lakers than he did for the Wizards. Like the Lakers won this trade 1,000%. Like Kendrick Nunn in 3 second rounds. I don't see what that does for the Wizards at all.
It wasn't doing anything for the Lakers. Lakers aren't going to do nothing with them damn second round picks. And that was essentially their third string point guard. Fourth. Think about it. The Lakers got 4 point guards and Kendrick Nunn was the worst. They got Patrick Beverly, Dennis Schroeder, obviously Russell Westbrook, and then they got Kendrick. Like, what were they doing with Kendrick? I think the Lakers absolutely got a steal right here by being able to attach 3 first-round picks to Kendrick Nunn, a dude who they absolutely don't need on their roster. And then you get a dude that can play the 3-4. If you go small ball 5, he can score on all 3 levels. He's athletic, can run the floor, defense, but at the same time, I mean, I think Rui brings a little firepower to the team.
Oh, like I was saying yesterday, I want Rui off the bench. I want him and Thomas Bryant just terrorizing every second unit in the NBA. If I'm in the Lakers GM, obviously me being me, I don't want anything good to happen for the Lakers. But I would go that route.
Who do you start at the 4 or the 5?
Can't wait to hear this.
Who's your front court?
I guess we start.
Let us hear that first bite, Dub.
You want to hear it?
Yeah,
you like to hear it? You like
that?
You like that?
You
like that?
Audio.
We got some
audio listeners. Let's go ahead and hear that first good one.
You know what's so funny? Before I take this bite, I always get called a casual, but I'm always the guy getting proven right. So if I'm a casual and I get proven right, if I'm a casual and get proven right, what are you guys?
You're lucky.
Lucky?
Non-casuals that are wrong.
Times. Hold up, bro.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, this is sick, bro.
That was crazy. That was insane.
The only thing that was crazy was that, I hope I don't moan when I eat. Dub said,
I'm just saying, bro. It's just funny, bro. It's just funny when I see the chat. He don't know ball. He don't know what basketball is. But then again, he's right about damn near everything that happens that goes on in the season. But he still don't know ball. If you don't know ball, how is he predicting things that's gonna happen? Oh my god. I
'Cause
sound like idiots, bro.
it's a part of the matrix, Dub. You just know what's gonna happen.
I know, man.
KG
But
Song
yes.
with the super chat. Go ahead, Bob.
Oh no, I was just saying like I hope I hope Rui can more so for Rui than the Lakers organization, except for Jeannie Buss. Obviously, I want her to be happy. But I want Rui to be able to, revive his career with the Lakers. I think it can happen too. Like getting with Bron. And like, to answer your question, JD too, I think you start Bron at the 4, let AD play the 5. Bring Rui and Thomas Bryant off the bench with Russell Westbrook and let them go crazy.
and then who else do you start?
So what? You start. What's their team? Lonnie's not healthy
Oh,
yet,
I
right?
forgot about Lonnie. Yeah.
I guess when they're all healthy, I guess you can make work your starting lineup. However, but I'm just saying like with the healthy lineup, I would try to figure out a way to bring Rui off the bench with Thomas Bryant and Russell
Yeah.
Westbrook. But
I
if they're hurting stuff, obviously you can't work it like that. But
My biggest thing with the Lakers, and what I'm gonna tell you what I'm not gonna do. I'm not starting Patrick Beverly and Dennis Schroeder anymore. One of them two have to hit the bench, and it'll probably be Pat. But it'll probably be Dennis. But I don't know. You choose out of those two. But Lonnie Walker's for sure gonna start at the 2, and then obviously LeBron and AD starting. But then the situation that I would be in, trying to figure out who I want to start, is I don't know if I want Rui to start at the 4 and AD at the 5, or I don't know if I want Thomas Bryant to start at the 5. And it's a toss-up because I kind of question Thomas and AD playing together, but the fact that Thomas really can shoot the 3, it kind of changes things in the fact that he can really rebound too. So it's like,
and you just
I
got two
want him out there.
7-foot.
No,
You got two
Ron,
7-foot motherfuckers out there shooting threes.
You're
Him and
not-
AD just out there shooting together.
Well,
You are not
remember,
starting those
AD ain't been
two.
shooting like that this year.
Bro, they
Well,
don't have
AD
anyone to back. They don't have anyone to back up Thomas Bryant if AD starts at the 4.
What
Well,
about
yeah,
Damian
When
Jones?
you take one of them out the game early and put Rui in, and then let them get rest, and then one of them comes back in for the other one, which will
got
probably be
J-Rob.
Thomas coming out in 4 minutes. He comes, hits the bench for a few minutes, then he goes back and gets AD. But either way, though, I think I'll probably lean towards starting Rui just because I do believe that I believe Rui and Lonnie Walker off ball are two very good threats to slash to the hoop, to still knock the 3 down, and on top of that, to really run the fast break too. I really like Rui's really underrated in how athletic he is. So I really like Rui and Lonnie Walker on that fast break with
Rob,
Bron.
what that dude want?
Hello,
What's
J.
What up,
Rob.
brother? What up, brother? How y'all doing? What up, boys?
Chilling.
It's good, J-Rob.
J. Rob, you just announced a new podcast on the way. You want to?
Yes, sir. By Any Means podcast coming soon. Doing that thing with my cousin, NFL wide receiver Juwan Winfrey. January 31st, live on Players Choice. Quick plug, actually. First guest on the show, NFL Carolina Panthers wide receiver LaVisca Chenault. Also, University of Colorado grad. So we're gonna be talking about Dion and then Buffs. But it's gonna be a big show. Make sure y'all pull up January 31st. It's gonna be a movie.
We're not the
Yes,
same.
Yes,
J.
sir.
Rob.
What time on the 31st?
I want to say right after the panel. Right after the panel. I know they may go a little over, but right after the panel.
And what's it called?
By Any Means. We could call that thing BAM, BAM, but the acronym is By Any Means.
Wham bam.
Bam.
Wham,
Bam,
bam,
bam.
bam, bam,
Bam.
wham, bam. We call that thing Wham, but it's called Bam, but we call that thing Wham.
J. Rob, do you think the Wizards are
Dub
tanking?
show, Wham.
To be honest, actually, I don't think they're tanking. I think they're just gonna build around Kyle Kuzma, and I think he just takes Rui Hachimura's minutes. So at the end of the day, you got KP, right? So there's just not enough. You got 3 guys that play the 4, so somebody has to tank in that regard. And I like the move for the Lakers. I think it's smart. I mean, do I think this is like the move that makes them a champion? No, I think the next move should be getting Cam Reddish off that bench in New York and add another wing who could potentially shoot. But I do like the move a lot. Wayne Gabriel's easily an upgrade. I mean, Rui Hachimura is easily an upgrade from Wayne Gabriel.
Easily.
I think you can play a bigger lineup too, because if you want to go like small ball, have AD play the 5, put Rui at the 4, you still have LeBron, obviously, and then you can play 2 guards. So I think he adds a little bit more versatility to that team, and he's a little better defender. They need to get a little bit better on defense. I think he's about 40% on corner threes, so I think he does a lot of things that they personally need. So I think you got to make another move or two, but I do like it as a start.
Yo, Rui shot 44% from 3 last year. Let's not act like that wasn't the case. And on 3 attempts. So I'm like, his shooting percentage is down to 33 this year, but when you see a dude do it at a clip for a full year, he has the potential to shoot. And furthermore, even on top of that, he's going to get better looks just playing with Bron, AD, and Russ. Mm-hmm. And furthermore, too, the Lakers need shooting, and they got to do something. They had to do something. So to get a guy that potentially has the opportunity to knock him down and the ability to, I think like that was it was a no-brainer.
And I think
so right here, what's
too. My bad. Go ahead.
You got it. So somebody in the chat, they say that Rui shoots 40% on catch and shoot. I mean, I think he's going to be shooting a lot of catch and shoot threes. I mean, I don't see him dribbling into his threes when you got guys out there that can pass the ball to you. So you don't really need to worry about what he does outside of catch and shoot threes. And 40%, that's gonna open up that lane for Russ. Gonna open up the block for AD. I think Rui's gonna have a lot more impact on the Lakers than he did for the Wizards.
I agree. And it's going to be more impactful. It's going to mean more. Like, you're playing for the Lakers. You're playing for the crib. You're playing to make the playoffs and potentially win a championship. You're not playing to lose or to tank or even speculate. Like, there's no conversation that even when the Lakers are bad, we're not speculating they're trying to tank. They're trying to win. They just haven't been good all the time.
I cannot believe I'm getting bullied into changing this title thumbnail.
Do we figure out a new title?
It's nuts. Oh, we're going to. It's probably going to be what Dub's going to spew.
No, I don't think it's.
No, it is. It's for sure.
It's for sure going to be what Dub's going to spew.
I also like too. They got 2 big guys that can shoot. You could do the put out a lineup with TB, AD.
Wait. Who's the 2 big guys that can shoot?
J-Rob, if you say it.
J-Rob, who's the 2 big guys?
TB.
No, he can't.
I heard Dub with that filth he was spewing. Like, bro,
you don't watch
the 10:30 games,
you don't
bro.
Watch the games,
He don't watch 10:30 games, bro.
You don't watch the games, bro.
He doesn't watch 10:30 games,
bro. Watching.
He be sleep.
He be sleep. He's sleeping with his thumb in his mouth.
Thomas Bryant don't be shooting threes like that, bro.
TB, you don't need TB to shoot 5-6 threes a night. But
he's not a force.
Thumb in his mouth.
But
he can shoot. If you ask him to shoot 2,
Dub, is it the left thumb or the right thumb?
2 or 3.
He got a binky.
Like, that's how I know you're not watching the games, bro.
TB's.
I'm not saying he's a crazy. He's not like Brook Lopez or somebody like that. But he can catch and shoot. You give him a wide open.
I don't know,
he can knock it down. I think
this is his 3rd season shooting over 40%. Well, second.
Bro,
I won't get nasty with the one. It's his 2nd season.
I think but Ryan, you know what the other problem is? I think because the way the NBA is now, where everybody's shooting a 3, I think the reason why Dub is not going to give TB no credit is because he's a center. He's only going to take maybe 2-3 threes a night. Him taking 5 threes is not a common thing. You know what I'm saying? He's going to probably take between 3, maybe 4 sometimes. But if he's hitting 2 to 3 or 2 of them, bro, that's a quality open shooter, bro. And then you add Rui Hachimura, you space the floor,
if you watch the
games, I like it.
If you watch the games, people aren't treating Thomas Bryant as if he's a floor spacer. They're not doing that. He doesn't even take as many threes or doesn't even line up a lot of times on the outside because of that. When he's lined up on the outside, teams don't respect him from shooting from 3. It is what it is. He's not a floor spacer.
I mean, bro, because at the end of the day, you're going to say if TB is going to beat us with 3s, you're going to let him beat you with 3s. You're not going to ask TB to be no shooter.
That is the point.
Dub, that's not the point.
Hold on.
TB a shooter.
That's not the point.
Hold up, bro. You talking about floor spacing? Rui with TB spacing the floor out. J-Rob, give me a break, especially in the
No, give me a break. X's and O's. This is what I'm saying. You gotta play basketball. You gotta play ball, bro.
Hey, J-Rob. Especially in the playoffs where things are gonna get tighter, they're gonna be living living with him shooting those threes.
Yo,
There's a reason.
I'm being honest,
There's a
you
reason.
sounding
Hold up,
casual
bro.
right now. Yes, everybody's
J-Rob,
going to
there's
live
a
with him shooting the
reason.
threes
Yo,
because
you
the
keep
other four guys
interrupting me.
are not
I
elite
let you
shooters,
talk
bro.
the whole time.
So
You
you're
keep
going to
interrupting
let
me.
TB.
You keep
Jersey in the building.
You're going to let Thomas Bryant shoot the threes, bro.
I let you talk the
You've
whole
been up here
time.
for 30 minutes. They done heard you spew this casual shit for 30
bro,
minutes,
you
bro.
saying some nonsense
They've been
right
hearing
now.
this casual
If
shit
you
from you for
not
the last
attempting
30
a
minutes.
three,
It's my
if
turn
you
now.
not even, if
They
you
heard this
not
casual
attempting
shit
a
for
three,
30 minutes, bro.
if you go in games
Like, what are we
attempting
talking about, my guy?
one three a game,
That's how I
sometimes
know
not
you're
even
not
attempting
watching
a
these
three at
games,
all.
bro.
Is that really a floor spacer? Is that a competent floor spacer?
They're not.
Is that ever?
Bro, nobody ever said TB was some sort of big time shooter. But if
Nobody's
you got
saying
four
that.
other on a scouting report, hey, Ox, Ron, y'all play ball. JD, you play ball. If we play ball, if we're on a scouting report, we're playing a team where the only person who can kind of shoot, but he's only going to take 4 or 5 threes a game, or 4 threes a game, is the fucking center. We're going to give that shit up because everybody else can't do nothing else. We're going to crowd the paint. If the center hits 10 threes to beat us, then you got to tip your fucking hat off to him and call it a day. But if you add TB, you add a Rui Hachimura, then you kind of got to space the floor because there are some guys who can knock down a three. That's just a fact, bro. But if there's only one guy who can knock down 1 or 2 threes a game, you're not going to give the shit up to him.
That is not a fact. That is not a fact because if Rui is there, no matter what, if Rui's the only guy where I sit here and say, you know what, when it comes to floor spacing, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Thomas Bryant being lined up with Rui, it doesn't move the needle for Thomas Bryant at all, or him being a big that can space the floor. That's your point. I'm not saying that you're saying that he a Brook Lopez or anything like that. The argument we're having is him being a competent floor spacer for that team. A competent floor spacer. My argument is that he's not, especially when there's some games he doesn't even attempt the three. There's some games he only has 1 3. There's some games where people are leaving him open. That is not a competent floor spacer. When you play basketball,
I didn't call him a
hold up.
floor
When you
spacer.
play, then what is the argument that you're having then? Because when you're playing basketball, you just proved my point. They're gonna look at Thomas Bryant. They're gonna, you know what? Go ahead and shoot that. We're not gonna respect that at all. And that's been my whole argument the whole entire time.
Okay,
So
well,
if J-Rob
is saying that,
me.
I'll pick it up from here, Dub. I'll pick it up from here then, Dub, because what I'm saying is, if he is having games where he's shooting 4 for 5, having games where he's shooting 2 for 3, having games where he's shooting 1 for 3, if he's shooting 1 or 2 threes,
it's here. I'm looking at him.
That's not bad shooting, right? So, Dub, in the scouting report, all it might say is, hey, when the big fella pick and pops, make sure you close out. We're not just going to watch him shoot to that. That simple language right there in the locker room before we go out there. If my coach says, "Hey, Bob, if he's out there shooting, if you're not getting your hand up, we got a sub for you. Get out there." That's all. It's not like, hey, he's a knockdown shooter. We're hedging high off of that. We're doubling that. We're running off the three. We're not doing all that. But we understand that he'll put one in you if you're just watching. So you act like it's the police. You come out with your hands up.
And that is not, but that's not a competent.
And if you add another piece who can also space the floor, I think it makes it worse because then there's more likely to get open shots. That's what I feel like. I think they can play
the thing about it is, the thing about it is, I actually do agree with you. He's not. Well, first off, I disagree with you saying he's not a competent floor spacer. The percentages prove otherwise. But I agree with you saying that he's not a three-point shooter. Like, no, he's not a three-point shooter. Because one of the main things Thomas Bryant is there to do is actually be a lob threat, which he catches the shit out them lobs. His job is actually to roll on those pick and rolls and stuff like that and be around the hoop in the dunker spot. The thing about it is, what actually makes him more valuable is the fact that if the play does break down, or if he's left wide open, if he just happens to be on that three-point line and he's left wide open, he can shoot it and he can make it. Now, if he was out there hunting his shot, which he doesn't, I assume he would shoot 2 to 3 threes a game. But he's not. He's out there trying to get to the rim.
This all
trying to clean up the glass.
This all started all over again because J-Rob said with Rui Hachimura, TB, the spacing on that team is going to be that much better. That's what he said. He literally said
I think that. I do think that.
I'm saying that is wrong. That is wrong to even think that Thomas Bryant.
And tell me why you think that is wrong.
Hachimura, who's a bit of an inconsistent three-point shooter as well, think that's going to move the bar. Even adding TB to the whole equation about them spacing the floor is wrong. It's just wrong. Ron just went through his responsibilities, which I was telling you. He doesn't sit here and try to shoot threes. It's wrong to think that that's what he's gonna bring to the game. That's not what he brings to the game at all.
Bro, they're not.
If you watch the Lakers game, you would sit here and know that.
Him as
you don't
a
watch the
sports
game.
basis.
You don't watch the game.
Ron just explained what he does for the team, bro. You don't watch the game, bro.
You don't watch the game, bro.
Ron just said what he does for the damn team, bro.
Bro, you don't watch the game, bro. I'm done with this, man.
All right, moving on. Anyway,
chomping on your fucking shit, watching this shit.
Bro.
Hey, no, I'm done with this, bro. That's the thing. Motherfuckers just deflect and say, "Oh, I'm done with this, bro," and think they don't want an argument.
All right, then go ahead.
That shit sounds so stupid.
Say what you got to say.
You good, bro. Let's move on,
Okay,
bro. You done, right? You done, bro. Munch on that cookie, bro. Eat your cookies, bro.
Yo, if you have not already done so, make sure you pay the entry fee. That's hitting a like on the video. Make sure you're subscribed. If you're not, hit that notification bell as well so you don't miss anything posted on the channel. We got 65. You waiting to drop that list?
How many we got to get to for me to drop the list, JD?
We gotta get to 200 at least, bro. There's 400.
No, 200. That's low hanging fruit. We could get to 200 easy.
Yo, I'm happy you showed up today because today's list day.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm happy I'm here with you today too, Bobby. I don't always get to come up here with the ox too many times, so I'm always humbled to be up here with you. 300
likes on the live. So he'll drop the James Harden list today. All the players better than James Harden.
No. They're not. Wait, right now? Or is this an all-time list or is it right now list?
All time. But look, JD, it's not necessarily better than James Harden. It's players that I would choose over James Harden.
Okay, that's.
I'm gonna put some respect on that man's name.
Put some respect on him.
JD, before we go, I just want to note the fact that it's got to be something going on between the Lakers front office and the Wizards front office. I'm not going to go too much into details. You guys can use your imagination. I just want to know how come the Wizards just keep pawning off to the Lakers all the players that they don't want. They didn't want Russ anymore. Here you go. They didn't want Thomas Bryant. Here you go. Now Rui. Here you go. It's one more player too, right? That they got from the Wizards. Chat will let us know, but it's 4 players right now.
Isn't it Tony Brown? Is that
Troy Brown?
Troy Brown.
Yeah, Troy Brown.
Yeah. He was on the league.
I'm telling you, it's something going on. But somebody catching a flight from LA to Washington and back and forth.
Before
what you trying to say? You trying to say Jeannie Buss is getting involved in extracurriculars?
I'm not.
Oh God, no. We're not insinuating that. We are not insinuating that.
I was about to say, I was about to break my heart.
Yeah, I call that man Troy Brown.
Before we get any further, I want to bring this to everyone's attention. We now have a Lucre leaderboard, so we're going to start keeping track of everyone's picks throughout the week for Wager of the Week, and then any other side wagers that are made on the shows. We're going to make sure that we actually track these so we can see who knows their stuff. Well, I guess who is the best guesser, I guess.
Wait. What was the bet last Wednesday?
Yeah, we're starting
with Jason Tatum versus who?
We're starting with the Wager of the Week, which I don't remember everyone's picks, so we're going to rewind with that. Jason Tatum and Julius Randle, that game is tomorrow, and I believe it's on TNT or ESPN. It's a national televised game.
Yeah, it's on TNT, and I still have Julius.
Ron, go over here.
Is Jason Tatum even going to play? Oh no, he played last.
I have Julius.
Let's see, my bad.
Ron has Julius.
I had Julius too.
I'm taking Julius as well.
Oh, Dub, you took Jason Tatum, right?
Yeah, I'm a Knicks fan, bro. You know, Bob Myers about to come to the Knicks and save us.
You were taking Jason Tatum for tomorrow, Dub?
What is it? Points or rebounds?
It's points. I'm pretty sure you said Jason Tatum last time.
JT.
All right, there we go. 4-1. We'll see what happens. All right, we'll keep track of this as we go every week, every show, actually. Make sure if you have not already checked out Lucre, we have the link pinned in the live chat at the top. Go click that link. Use code PlayersChoice. Otherwise, go download it from the App Store or link in the description.
And y'all see, we just did Julius Randle versus Jason Tatum. That's cool, but check it out. Y'all can send me just about anything. I like free money, and if y'all are willing to just give it up, I'll take it. So send me whatever. Send me Kyrie versus Dame. I'll take Dame any day.
I'm taking Kyrie.
Or well, J-Rob's going to be the first person to donate to the LaRon.com.
The nastiest man in the world.
Mhm.
By the way, J. Rob, you know, you know the Bengals washing this week.
Oh no. I ain't gonna lie. I've been preaching that Burrow him. No,
Tonight.
tonight. Let's just chill for
The
right now.
title of the video is
Oh,
gonna be Patrick Mahomes is the top 5 quarterback.
Ever. They gotta put ever
Ever.
though. Ever after
Ever.
in all caps. In all caps
All
too. Ever.
all caps.
All
Speaking
caps, ever.
of Julius Randle, KG San, Players' Choice resident Knicks fan. Guess who leads the East in double doubles? Two-time All-Star Julius Randle.
Yo, he's great, but that does not move the needle for me.
He's still
KJ
trash.
Son. As a
He's
Knicks
still
fan,
trash.
that does not move the needle for me, bro. That's not enough.
Y'all don't think Julius has been balling?
I don't
Yo,
care.
I think Julius is great. This is my issue with Julius, though. I personally feel like he stagnates our offense, bro. The issue with the Knicks,
No doubt.
I think
No doubt.
overall is that we can't ever really get, like, when in late game situations, I don't think we can ever get into like a actual set to run a late game play. I think we rely too much on Jalen Brunson to just make a play, or RJ or Randall. And I like Randall, but I also think sometimes he goes haywire. Sometimes he crashes out a few times. I think he takes sometimes ill-advised shots. I wish he was a little bit more ambidextrous. Still. So, I'm not. I like what's going on. I really like what's going on with him. I do think he should be an all-star for sure. Statistically, the numbers speak for themselves, but I still think the Knicks are a piece away. Like, we need something else. It can't be Randall and the Knicks.
Yeah, nah, for sure. I think that's part of everybody's like perception with Julius, and why a lot of people say that they don't like him, or they slander him, because he gets held in a category of being a number one option. And Julius Randle, with all due respect, is probably more suited to be a two, and even on a championship contending team, or a championship hopeful team, he probably should be a number 3 option, kind of, along the Chris Bosh lines. But I mean, as a number 1 option, he's doing his job. You can't be mad at 24-10. Like, I'm not gonna talk down on that.
Julius Randle can only be good as a number 1 option. Every other position that he could be in, he's not going to be good at.
Yeah, I also agree with Dub in that. I don't think he could be a number 2 because I don't think he has the game to like take a back seat.
He doesn't have that good defense. He needs the ball in his hands. He's not that good of a shooter. He won't know how to react to being a number 2 or a number 3 option. He's just not that good at basketball. The only thing he's good at is being on the New York Knicks, where he can pad his stats up and sit here.
Okay, wait.
Nah, I'm tired of y'all talking about these trash.
Why you
players,
violate? Why you always gotta violate though?
Nah, y'all want to lie. Y'all want to lie on Thomas Bryant as if he's a floor spacer. Now you want to lie about Julius Randle as if he's good at basketball.
Yo,
He's not good at basketball, bro.
I said that
they'll beat him in a one-on-one. He's not good at basketball. He's not good.
He's not floor a little bit more. That's all I was trying to say.
Nah, bro.
Bro, Julius Randle is not crazy, but you're ODing on him right now, bro.
Nah, bro. He can't be anything. He can't be anything more than a number 1 on a bad team. That's all he could be. He can't do anything else.
Okay, wait.
What does Julius Randle do on the Mavericks next to
Shout out to
Luka?
the headache game.
They'll lose. They'll lose.
I mean, of course they'll lose. It's Dallas.
Yeah, he won't help.
But how do they look over there though?
They
Like,
just look
you
like
don't think he makes them a better team?
In the playoffs, he'll drop.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna ask this: is Julius Randle better than Christian Wood to you?
Shit. As the role in which Christian Wood is in right now, I'm taking Christian Wood in that role.
So Julius couldn't average
in that role. Give me Christian Wood.
So Julius couldn't average 18 and 10 for the Mavericks at the 4.
My issue is he wouldn't work in that system at all.
He wouldn't be good.
Why not?
Bro, that first of all, that system is one dribble pass, one dribble enter the lane, one dribble pass. They move that rock around outside of the time when Luka is possessing the ball.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about outside of Luka Doncic, everybody else is one dribble pass and driving kick. Luka is the only one who's allowed to do a little bit more and create. How does Julius Randle fit into a system like that? I don't see it because he ain't no catch and shoot 3-point shooter. And I don't know how he's going to work slowing down an offense in the half court when you got Luka Doncic on the other side. So I don't
Christian Wood plays very well off of Luka Doncic, both as a roll man and a catch and shooter and a pick and pop guy. Julius Randle is not doing that. He's not doing that on the Dallas Mavericks. He needs the ball in his hands to be effective. and to be putting up dumb contested shots.
I don't know if I would like Julius Randle on the
Not,
Mavericks.
not in that role.
No.
Wood as a number one compared to Randall as a number one. That's why I say yes, he'll be a number one in a lot of trash teams. But if he's not that, he's ass in damn near every other scenario.
Nathaniel Aguilar Dinwiddie with the bozo take of the week. Dinwiddie said
Dinwiddie
that
say?
the Wizards don't play winning basketball, and then they. lost to
I
them.
mean,
that's fire.
do they?
I mean, and Kyle Kuzma was right. You think the Mavericks play winning basketball?
I mean, I think they're both right.
JD.
Yes,
I'm
bro,
asking.
yes,
I'm
they
asking.
do. They do.
I'm asking the Mavs fan.
They do. They
JD.
don't go
I mean,
out there
the-
and play like they actually are looking to win games. They're not just like it's not an open run.
Do you think the way the style in which they play is conducive to
Yes.
more
They
than just the
go
playoffs?
out on the floor
Yes.
to win basketball games. Yes.
The way
I
they play
personally just think
basketball.
I mean,
I personally think
everybody
it's
does
just
that.
Luka, bro. I just think Luka's one of the best in the world, and because they have him, they're always going to be in it. Personally, I don't know I don't really like the way the Mavs play basketball, bro. It reminds me of Houston with James Harden.
It reminds me of
No, it
LeBron
doesn't.
James on Cleveland. It's just LeBron James on Cleveland. That's all it is. Like I don't know why
this
these James
team
Harden
this
fans
team
like this.
is
James
this
Harden-
team's
it's
way
LeBron James on Cleveland. It's
No,
LeBron
this team
James
is
on
better.
Cleveland, bro.
This team's better than
That-
LeBron.
LeBron James on
that-
Cleveland won a
team.
chip though.
What?
It had Kyrie.
Has better pieces than
Oh,
the Cleveland.
yeah,
He's
better
talking about
pieces.
early on.
I'm
He's
talking
talking about early
talking
on.
about the 03 time. Talking about the first wave.
I was just talking about the first one when they were.
Oh,
both
okay.
coming
I
out.
thought you were talking. Okay.
Oh,
okay,
in 2007 when he took that
Okay.
garbage team to the finals. Oh, that.
Yeah,
time.
where-
Yeah, but still, I still
When
don't,
Boobie
I
Gib-
don't know.
when
I
Boobie
don't know,
Gibson
bro.
saved
I
him?
don't know if I agree with that. Dub, that he reminds me more of Harden, bro. To me, it looks
Bro,
more
y'all,
Harden. than
y'all,
it looks
y'all
LeBron.
want him to be compared to Harden so bad, but you don't want to sit here and compare him to LeBron James just because of your own personal bias to him. LeBron
don't
James
think
was
he's-
dominating
don't
the
think
ball
he's
the same
Bron.
exact way. LeBron James was
Not
dominating the
Bron.
ball the same exact way, especially the way Luke is doing right now. Like,
Dub, this is a sensitive ass take out of you. You don't
nah, it's
believe
just no. You
Facts,
know what
bro.
it
this.
is?
Don't
This
believe
is
that
so
shit.
sensitive out of
This
you,
is
Dub.
real.
I can't believe you
This is
acting
real.
like
This
this.
is real. This is real shit talking,
This
bro.
that's so
This is real shit.
spiteful.
It's just real. It's just
That ain't
real,
the way
bro.
we act.
Y'all don't wanna
That ain't
sit here and
cool,
put LeBron James in this bubble with Luka and James Harden when LeBron James dominates the ball the same way that James Harden and Luka Doncic did, especially in the beginning of his career. But you guys don't want to do that. You guys don't want to say that because it's LeBron James.
At least.
No, bro.
I've
It's
never-
just he's
I've
not
never
LeBron,
said-
bro. He did
I've
not
never
look
said-
like. He doesn't look like LeBron, bro. LeBron was not taking step back threes.
That's not
Apart-
what I'm saying.
How does he
Then
look
what are
like
you
Bron?
saying
Tell-
then,
tell
Dub?
me how he looks like Bron.
I said in terms
And he's
of
talking
dominant-
usage rate.
I'm talking
He's talking
dominating
usage
the
rate
ball,
essentially.
holding the ball a lot of the times.
Ron,
creating
in the
space for
James
others.
Harden era, who led the NBA in usage?
Oh my god.
Ron.
James Harden,
Now,
right?
I don't.
James,
I really
right?
don't. I don't know the answer to this question. But has Bron's usage rate been as high as James Harden and Luka?
Didn't Mars tell you guys how it was wrong to use usage rate?
Well, whatever the other one is,
Time of possession?
time of possession. Yeah,
Where's
that's what I'm
Mars
talking
at?
about.
I would love to know
What's
LeBron's
time of possession? What's Bron's? Look, I don't know for sure because I don't be on
That's
basketball.
Mars calling in.
Mars, tell
But-
Mars to get up in here.
But can y'all let us know?
The
who
Martian's
has
telephoning
more
in.
time of possession?
Yeah, somebody call Mars to get up
Come on,
in here,
bro.
bro.
He needs his savior.
No,
Mars,
because I
bring
need
your
the
ass.
stat.
He needs his
I
savior.
need the stat. I don't know the
would-
stat.
would
I
be-
need
I
the
would-
stat.
He
I would be
needs
willing
his
to
savior.
blindly bet that Bron's time of possession has never been as high as Luka's or James Harden.
James Harden for sure.
It's no way.
Jeffrey
James
with
Harden
the
for
save.
sure. Yeah, I'll say
LeBron
James
doesn't
Harden for
rank
sure.
top 50 in usage. Luka is 7th.
But we're not talking about usage. We're talking time of possession. We're talking time of possession.
Yeah, the usage rate is so dumb.
Both. Well,
Moto.
Luka.
Dub without Mars to assist his takes reminds me of a certain mid basketball player in Milwaukee. That's crazy.
Middleton.
You guys are
I just
nuts.
need this stat because all we're saying is just all I'm saying is arguing is the criticism for LeBron James, even James Harden, in terms of the criticism of Luka and James Harden, in terms of them dominating the ball a lot, them taking away from their teammates because they're the ones scoring and then playmaking for their team. The same logic can apply to LeBron James as well. But for some reason, y'all not criticizing him, not criticizing LeBron James for it, but then criticizing Luka Doncic and James Harden. Could you say that they did it a bit more? Maybe, possibly. LeBron James was still a ball dominant player, especially in his time in his era.
On top of that, now, like I said, Bron wasn't as good of a defender as a lot of people say he was in my eyes, but at least he played some defense. You
He
talking
was
about
a
two
way
brothers
better defender than
by far.
Luka Doncic.
You
Way
talking
more
about
impactful defense.
you talking about two brothers that can't guard a mailbox, duh.
Bro, what
Like,
are we doing? What are we even
come on.
arguing right
We're
now?
talking about basketball.
We're not even arguing if we're not even.
You're saying that
I
Luka
am
DiMaggio
just
from
like
the
I said
03
yesterday, Dub.
03 to
If we're gonna argue basketball, I'm gonna argue basketball. I'm not gonna sit here and pussyfoot around and play with y'all like it matters if you like it doesn't matter if you play. If you have to add that into the argument, then stop talking about these guys that are supposed to be so good that you have to say forget about defense for us to even talk about. Because that's Bobby nothing. I'm not going for that shit no more, Dub. I'm not going to argue with you about these guys. If you have to say take defense out of it, if you have to take defense out of it, then get these guys off your fucking list. They're not worthy of this praise, bro.
What are you talking about? We started this conversation when we compare guys and their offensive game. That's all we're doing. I didn't say Luka or James Harden was just as good as LeBron James. All I said was, well, in terms of their offensive game and the criticisms that you have for Luka Doncic and his offensive game, that same logic could apply to LeBron James as well. You guys started this about holding the ball. And I said, if you're not going to criticize LeBron James for it, don't criticize Luka Doncic for it.
But that's why you can't compare him to LeBron because he's not even on that level. You got to compare him to James Harden because of that.
It looks the same.
But hold on, no. LeBron got criticized for that. LeBron got criticized for, but it wasn't. The thing about it is Luka doesn't necessarily get criticized for holding the ball because Luka does his damn thing with the ball. My thing, well, at least I can only talk about me. My thing is with Luka is will he be accepting and willing to come up off his usage rate or time of possession or whatever you want to say. Just relinquish some control of the offense to a competent second and third option when he has a championship caliber team. Now, the thing about it is, Bron was so great that when he got with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh, they said, we don't care. Bron still needs the ball in his hands. Bron still can have the ball. But I just don't know if that will work with Luka because I don't know if Luka's as dominant as Bron was.
Well, Luka might also never get a chance to play with somebody as good as Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. We don't know if he'll be able to get there. So that's that. I would throw him some bail on that. I don't think his team is as weak as they say he is. I think if they had the ball in their hands and ran some more offense a little bit, then it would show up. But he doesn't have D Wade and Chris Bosh, So if he can get some guys at that caliber, then we'll have to see what happens. But I don't know.
Luka gonna make some shake. Whether he ends up leaving or whether somebody comes there, he's too young not to. He's only 23, and he's gonna get tired of getting his ass kicked in the first and second round. So he's gonna go somewhere, and I really think it might be to the Mile High. I can really see that happening, and then what? And then what? But that's also the thing too. Is Luka gonna?
You will have to trade Murray and Porter though. They're not letting.
No, I think he can go as a free agent. But I don't know. I'm just speculating.
And if they do that, Jokic,
you have to trade for him. You got to
play through Jokic.
The Mavericks.
Then that's the point I'm trying to make. Does Luka allow Jokic to run the offense? Does the offense run through Jokic, or is Luka out there kind of essentially doing what Westbrook was doing to KD? And it's like, yes, Westbrook, you were great enough to average 30. You led the league in scoring. But when you have a Kevin Durant next to you, you have to take a couple steps back and let Kevin Durant. Is Luka going to let Jokic if he was to play with him? And we could use other examples like let's say Luka was to get with JT. And I'm not even necessarily saying JT's better than Luka, but JT, as you can see, is a 30-point scorer. Would he let JT? Or if when JT comes and plays with Luka, he averages 22, 23.
Ron, Luka would still play points. So, yes, he would.
They will work. They could play together.
They would play, very well together. But Luka would still run the offense. So the ball would still be in Luka's hands a lot. But he's still going to let JT cook.
You think so? The combination of Luka and Jokic together, Ron, just because I feel like they do a lot of the same things. Jokic just does it at center. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, it's not the ball. Not the ball handler.
What's so irritating with like what people talk about Luka, and this is how I know that people aren't really watching Dallas Mavericks games, is that people make it sound like he's not a willing passer, like he doesn't want to get the ball out of his hands. He does. He actually passes the ball a lot. He tries to get his teammates going, and he passes it to him in positions to score. It's not I don't
disagree with that.
Like Jalen Brunson, like people, the idea that he's not willing to share the ball is just ridiculous in my opinion. He was sharing the ball. He shares the ball with Tim Hardaway and Spencer Dinwiddie right now. Like he gives them the ball and not opportunities where it's catch and shoot opportunities, but to give them the ball in places for them to make things happen. Last season when he was playing with Jalen Brunson was getting off the same way with or without Luka Doncic. He did not hinder him. The idea that Luka Doncic is not smart enough of a basketball player to understand that I need other guys to get going in order for our team to be better is just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous, bro.
Who said that?
He proved it. He proved it. Ron asked the question, do you really think that he's gonna allow Jokic to play off of Jokic there? Like, do we really know that he's gonna do that? Yes. We've seen him do it with Jalen Brunson. We've seen him do it with Spencer Dinwiddie.
Yeah, but I ain't gonna lie. You're talking about. He's obviously a willing passer, but he's the one who does dominate the ball at the end of the day. They're not seeing the ball as much as Luka. Like that's just a fact. It's not like it's a nobody's discrediting Luka's ability to pass the ball.
Bro,
nobody's discrediting the ability to pass the ball.
On every single team where there is a superstar that is this far, the gap is so much larger. Who isn't dominating the basketball more than their teammates?
You think
for sure.
You think Jokic dominates the basketball?
Come on, bro. Jokic doesn't play. I'm talking about wings. Let's keep it wings.
Okay. All right. So Mars just threw the stat that LeBron James dominates the ball 50% less than Luka Doncic.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, but compared to his own, compared to his teammates, I'm talking about comparing to their teammates.
He said Mars said it was LeBron's was 6.7, Luka's was 9.9.
That's fine. That's irrelevant to the context that I'm speaking.
I was closer than that.
The only wing player who I could think of probably that their like time of possession or the ball's not necessarily in their hands that much, and they're the superstar, they're the guy on their team, is like a Kevin Durant. There's not that many, and Kevin Durant also has another superstar next to him, so he doesn't need to have the ball in his hands like that. Maybe also a Kawhi Leonard.
Jalen Brown and Jason Tatum don't dominate the ball because they don't initiate their offenses usually. I mean, they got point guard now. That's why they brought in point guards.
They have other people that
do that. So there's not too many wings there are not too many wings out there in the NBA right now who are like really their team's initial they initiate the offense except for probably Bron and Luka.
Well, I don't understand how come only the superstar can have the ball. Like if you don't have to have the ball a lot to score the ball. You can pass the ball and get. That's what Jay Kidd was saying when he first went to the Knicks. He said, "I got to get these guys to understand that you get the ball back quicker if you move it quicker. So if you move the ball, you move without the ball, you'll get the ball back. So why does the superstar feel like I have to have the ball 90% of the time in order for me to get off? Like can't you pass the ball, cut through and set back picks and just move it out the ball, do regular basketball shit?
It's also a coaching issue. It's not even just a player, it's also a coaching issue as well. I mean, if you have a guy that can sit here and play make and score well for your team, you're gonna tell them to have more control over the offense than everybody else in the league. LeBron James, James Harden, guys who are dual threats and playmaking at a high level and scoring at a high level as well, you're gonna naturally ask them, yo, we're running through you. You should have the ball in your hands more times than not, mainly because you have the ability to be a high level passer and a high level scorer. Like for y'all to and that's what every coach would sit here and tell their person to do. Because if you don't do that, honestly, it's just a ridiculous thing not to do that. If you have a guy who could do both of those things, why wouldn't I ask him to do that for the majority of the game?
No, Dub, that makes sense. But when you have 2, possibly 3 guys, then what happens? Because now I have 3 competent options that all not only need the ball but want the ball. So that's when things start getting tricky. And like I said, I'm gonna compare once again to Russell Westbrook. I love Russ, but Russ needed to be more of a point guard, and him doing
I
that,
agree.
dominating the ball, shooting shots that he wasn't supposed to shoot, and just forcing certain things, it ran KD out of town. And so I'm just saying, I don't know if when Luka gets with another star, if his style of play is going to cause that other star to butt heads with him, because it's like, yo, bro, I'm good too.
I don't think
like
Luka,
I know you're good, but
I don't think we could hold Luka to that standard, because we at the end of the day we haven't seen Luka play with a guy of that caliber like a Kevin Durant. We haven't seen him in a position like that, so we can't even say that he's not going to have the mindset and mentality of, I have a guy next to me that can sit here and get his. He's never had a second co-star in his whole entire career. And you guys are acting as if he's took opportunities away from that second co-star, and that's never been. So why don't we wait?
You don't think Jalen Brunson could have been a competent co-star for him?
To a number 2 to a championship team? No.
And Dub, you're right. We do gotta wait, but at the same time, I mean, we're on a
Jalen Brunson could have been a number
show.
2, bro.
My thing is, I'm just speculating.
He was a number 2, and Luka was letting him eat, though. He was number 2, and he was letting him eat.
And why did he probably leave?
To get money, because the Knicks was paying him the bag.
Jalen Brunson was never going to be able to flourish in Dallas playing with
This is
Luka.
so incorrect. That's not a good point.
No,
this is such a bad point. I'm going to tell you right now why Jalen Brunson left.
All right, go ahead. Tell me why he left.
Because before the whatever trade deadline, or whenever they were going to pick up his option, they were talking about picking up his option. They never picked up his option. And so he's going to go get paid, because the Mavericks dropped the ball on not paying Jalen Brunson is why he left.
Thanks.
It had nothing to do with Luka Doncic, unless you have heard out of his mouth that it had something to do with Luka
Doncic.
Doncic.
To me, bro. Because ultimately, they went to the Western Conference. They went to the Western Conference Finals. No. Without that last year.
Yeah.
But a lot of players
came this year. So they went to the Eastern Conference Finals with Jalen Brunson.
A lot of players in the league.
Western,
though,
yeah.
They went to the Western Conference Finals with Jalen Brunson. If I'm a player in any sport, and I just go to a Western Conference Finals with this team, with a guy like Luka, yeah, I may want to go get a bag somewhere else, but I'm not going to do a due diligence to see if I'm the second best player on a team that was capable of going to a Western Conference Final. It would be a disservice to myself as a player trying to leave some sort of legacy, not to think maybe I should stay here.
But
maybe I should take a back here and play with this guy.
Not everybody thinks that way.
I personally don't think Jalen Brunson felt like he could have been conducive. He could have played together with Luka.
Not everybody.
Bro, he went to go get 100.
Some of the greatest players ever.
There are people
when they took the ball out of Michael Jordan's hands and said, "Let Scotty initiate this shit."
J-Rob.
J-Rob,
if you can get $100 million, if you can get $100 million, if you can get $100 million, are you not taking that?
They weren't going to.
I think you guys are all right.
No,
I think you guys are all right.
J-Rob gave Jalen Brunson $100 million.
J-Rob, what you're doing is you're putting your own mindset on other people.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why he left.
Not every athlete in NFL, not every athlete in basketball don't have that same type of mindset. I know people who are content with being on a practice squad, getting paid thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars a year. They don't care about that shit. They don't care about the winning thing. Because at the end of the day, a lot of people, especially who play the sport of basketball or football, they don't think about it like you sometimes, bro. They think of it more like a job. Like, I'm trying to get paid. So Jalen Brunson and his mindset is like, you know what? This is the highest this is like the first time in his career where he has some sort of relevance as a high caliber guy. He's going to go out his way to get that bread. $100 million. Not a lot of people are going to sit here. You know what? Let me go ahead and try to win. Because that's at the end of the day, that's not the generation we live in, bro. A lot of people worry about getting their bread and getting their money, bro. And that's just a fact. So you trying to say that Jalen Brunson leaving has anything to do with Luka Doncic? Don't worry. The chat heard it. The chat heard it. For you to say that the main reasonings, or even part of the reasons of him going to the New York Knicks, is because Luka Doncic's play style is wrong. It's all about that money, bro. A lot of these players are worried about that money.
You do not think about
players are more
professional athletes. Do not just they think about the money you're making generational money regardless. The difference between 120 M's and 110 M's, depending on your location to win, bro, you'll take the cut to win a championship, bro. Because everybody knows in sports, if you're winning. If everybody's winning, if you win, you're gonna make bread, bro.
Not a lot of people think like that.
My girlfriend, hold on. I hate to bring this up. My girl is right now a free agent. Obviously, she is looking for bread. She wants to make money wherever she goes. But at the end of the day, what is she also thinking about? Where is she going to go and win as well? Because at the end of the day, she'll get a bigger contract if she goes in and wins. Her next contract will be bigger. You have to think about all of those things. That's all I'm saying. And in terms of Jalen Brunson, I do think if you go to a Western Conference Finals as a number 2 option and think you're going to go and revive the Knicks, I don't think that was his mindset.
You're talking about wait. You're talking
about
winning. I'm guessing you're talking about winning a chip. So you really think
I'm talking about winning a chip? Yes.
So you really think that Jalen Brunson, or even you really think that, just to ask yourself this: do you really think Jalen Brunson could be a second fiddle to a championship team?
If they would have beat the Warriors, yes.
Yeah, he could have been on the Mavs
finals
for sure.
Went to Western Conference Finals, bro. And I think Luka, in my personal opinion, JD, my personal opinion about this Luka thing, I think Luka is talented enough to be a one to a championship.
Of
you
course,
just need somebody to come along with you.
Right.
That's all you need. And I think Jalen Brunson could have came along with because he's another ball handler. He could have also put the only other player on that team who could put them in a set. So ultimately,
do you think Mo Williams could have been a second fiddle?
Mo Williams and Jalen.
Bro, this has nothing to do with that. That is completely irrelevant. I have a question for J-Rob.
Keep the same energy.
No, that is no. What?
Right now, bro.
J-Rob,
you made it to a Western Conference Finals, that validates you to be a second fiddle on a championship team. That doesn't make any sense.
Bro, they're different calibers. They're way different calibers.
Did Jalen Brunson not play like a second option? Like, did Jalen Brunson not play like a second
option? And Mo Williams play like a second option?
You watched the series, bro. You watched the
series.
J-Rob, hold on. J-Rob, for the most part, J-Rob, for the most part, I agree with you on most of the things that you're saying. The only place that we disagree is the reason that Jalen Brunson left.
And that's fine.
Who knows how much the Dallas Mavericks would have paid him regardless of not picking up the option. But the catalyst this is from what I've seen, is the catalyst was that they didn't pick his option up. Go ahead.
Now I can understand that. You obviously you're more a diehard fan, so I'll take your word for that. You know what I'm saying?
I love Jalen Brunson. I was devastated when he left.
I thought he should have stayed. I think I need another ball handler.
My Twitter name for a while was Jalen Brunson Stan account.
It's fire.
No, they saying best right here. Jalen Brunson being a 2 to a championship contending team is ridiculous. In that organization, it made sense though. They were looking like he was the number 2 on a team that could potentially win a championship. It depends on the team and the situation.
Come on, is Chris Middleton a crazy 2? But
Chris Middleton's better than Jalen Brunson though.
How much better? How much better though?
Like if we would have light years better.
Quite a bit better.
Light years better.
Not light years. It's not light years.
But
a couple light years.
Hold on, no. Because this is what I want to say though. I think New York made more sense for Jalen Brunson in a lot of different ways. Obviously, he had 100 million reasons to go there.
Right.
Yes.
It's a good fit too for him.
No, it's a great fit because also remember he wasn't starting last year, right? He was coming off the bench.
He was coming off the bench, but then near the end of the season, he started to start alongside Luka, and then obviously when Luka's out, he's starting.
So his last years in Dallas, he started 16 games in 2020, started 12 games in 2021, started 61 games last year. This year, he started 46 out of 46 games. So not only did he get a chance to up his bag, but now he gets a chance to be a starting point guard for an NBA team. Furthermore, if he stays in Dallas, does he ever, let's say he stays there for his whole career, does he ever average 22 points and 6 assists next to Luka? Yeah, but I don't think that happens.
But who cares?
That's what's to J-Rob's point. Who cares?
Who cares?
What you mean? Who cares?
If he gets a ring.
He might care. He might want a bigger role on the team. That's what I'm saying.
I'm saying we're laying. You're gonna get paid if you win. You get paid if you win.
Well, for sure. But that's also my point. They're not winning with him as the number 2 option. Now, if they get another free agent, yes. I don't believe that the Dallas Mavericks were that good. I think they overachieved last year. I think this year they run it back with Jalen Brunson. And I think let's say they did re-sign Jalen Brunson. I don't think it's no way in hell that they go back to the conference finals.
I do.
I don't disagree with that. This is where we disagree. This is where we disagree though, Ryan, because I think Luka is that good. Your number 2 to me, guys like Giannis, Luka right now in the NBA, Jokic, I don't think their number 2s have to be insane. You know what I'm saying?
All those guys have better. All of them have better threes than Jalen Brunson at the 2.
I could agree with
Drew
that.
Holiday as the third option is better. So Drew Holiday's not better than Jalen Brunson? You finna come up here and cap out your ass like this, J-Rob? I've been rocking with you this whole time, and you finna come up here and lie straight out the back of your ass. And say Jalen Brunson is better than Drew Holiday.
Because now,
boy, you better not do this.
You up here capping for one thing I disagree with you.
Y'all always capping, bro. Y'all capping this whole time calling Jalen Brunson a 2 to a number for a championship team.
He was a 2 on a Western Conference team. I went to a Western Conference. That ain't cap, bro. That's just that happens.
Is Jalen Brunson better than Drew Holiday?
No, offensively. But Drew Holiday's a better overall player. He's a better overall player for sure.
I don't even think he's better offensively. Drew Holiday averaged 22 and 8 before, 22 and 7.
Jalen can't tie Drew's practice kicks, bro. It's not happening, bro.
So Giannis won with two guys better than Jalen Brunson. Yeah. But y'all gonna sit and try to convince me that Luka could do it with two guys with a guy that's not even better than both of them.
Bro, you're looking at two guys. Look at the entire team. That entire team.
They're not winning a chip, JD. With Jalen Brunson, they're not winning it.
You're talking about not winning it versus an 80.
Nobody. Don't break his heart.
They're not being Golden State. They're not being nobody.
I think JD's the only person who thought they could win.
Bro, see, it's stupid.
JD,
because
I thought they could win too, bro.
Thank you. It's stupid because when you're looking in hindsight, of course, because they didn't win. Of course. You didn't think that the Mavericks were going to win in 2011?
I did not think the Mavs were going to win last season. If they would have faced the Celtics, they would have lost.
That's what I'm saying. So, bro, they can still win. It's just stupid. Anyway, we're moving on. Jesus, man.
Whoa, JD.
Yeah, we're moving on. JD, move on.
We're moving on, bro. This is ridiculous.
It'll be all right. Hey, Luka get there someday.
You guys are the biggest haters, bro. You guys, this is what people did with LeBron James early on in his career, not respecting that this guy was the player that he was. So much hate, whatever. And now he's near the end of his career, and the people who hated him for that long, oh man, you just missed out on greatness, bro. Just ignoring greatness. Luka's gonna do the same thing. Don't miss out on greatness, bro.
He's gonna take his talents to South Beach.
I hate greatness.
If he goes to the Miami Heat, I'm never watching basketball again, which means I'm gonna retire from Players' Choice.
Hey, I like Luka on the Heat. I'm not gonna lie. But like I said, though, I truly believe that
Dallas, bro. Just bring somebody else to Dallas.
Please.
I mean, they're not going to be able to trade for nobody, so they have to get a marquee free agent.
What about trading for Lauri Markkanen?
How? Who?
What are they going to give up for Lauri?
That's what I'm saying. They don't have no assets like that over there.
Yeah,
I don't think because Utah's not tanking no more, though. That's the problem. I wish they was tanking.
They were never taking.
Also, I was wrong about that. Yes, I was wrong about. Hey, Ron, I'll come up here. I've never got to say it. I was wrong about the Utah Jazz. I don't know if they were tanking. So.
Oh, look, another point that Dub got proven right about. Wow.
It's still
Dub knows.
Right.
Well, the problem is
you should have said Dub. You should have said Dub.
The fact that you got to hang on your little victories is almost.
No, it's not little victories. It's something that happens all the time. It just happens that happens all the time.
No, bro, W doesn't happen all the time.
I don't watch the games. I don't watch the games.
I don't watch the games. You tell yourself
I don't watch the games,
and then you hope that Mars agrees with you.
I don't watch the games, right?
You know what you're talking about. Jesus Christ.
Let me say this, Dub and Ron. Let me say this, Dub and Ron, because
you get one thing right, and now we need to.
I get plenty of things right.
J-Rob came and ran.
Makes a point.
You know this. You know this. You know this. You witnessed this, J-Rob. You witnessed this, J-Rob. You witnessed this firsthand of you being right on gridiron.
And because he can't scream and yell head on the spike the whole time, because he can't scream and yell head on the spike, he always assumes he's extra right because he's screaming. And don't get me wrong.
You know what?
Dub is not always wrong. Dub is not always wrong. He does make
I'm right more times than wrong. I'm right way more times than wrong. When I tell you about Bills, when I tell you about the Bills,
oh my God.
I was with you on the Bills.
Okay, cool. What I tell you about Seattle?
Was I with you on Seattle? I was with you on Seattle
What do you
too.
say?
What I tell you about the Cardinals? What I tell you about the Cardinals? What I tell you about the Cardinals?
I was wrong about the Cardinals.
Okay, then I was right.
You was right about the Cardinals.
Well, I tell you about the Bengals. I said, don't worry.
I said the same thing though.
Okay, so look at that. I've named plenty of things I'm right about. Put your head on a fucking spike there.
Okay, you're right.
Let's make a list. Let's make a list about what you was wrong about now, Dub. Since we had
he was right, y'all. He was right, guys. I'm sorry, Dub. I'm sorry.
But nah, check it out. So look, J-Rob came, he ran it back, he apologized. I refused to do so. because I never I said that the front office. I was talking about Danny Ainge in the front office. I think they're pissed right now. They had intentions on tanking. The players, on the other
I
hand,
do
was
agree with
not
that.
going out like that. Mike Conley, Laurie Marketing, who I said was a bad motherfucker 5 years ago. You know what I'm saying? They came out and decided, no, we're not tanking. We want to play ball. I think somebody might lose their job in that organization because Danny Ainge had no intention on fighting for playoff contention.
I think he does, bro. We've talked about this before, though.
That's it. Look, that team has some young talent, but they're not good enough. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a couple teams that and I'll even go as far to say this. There's teams like Utah, my Kings. There's a lot of teams in the West that are faring very well, but don't want to match up with teams like the Warriors, a healthy Lakers team, and get in a 7-game series. Utah is one of those teams, and I think we're a couple steps ahead of Utah, but Utah is not prepared for a playoff run.
But
So
Bob,
it makes
but
no
I have
sense.
a question. I have a question. I have a question.
Though.
No, I have a question though, because a team like the Jazz, who actually, to Ron's point, actually has a decent roster. When you actually look at the players on this team, like they actually fill out really well and they complement each other really well. So a team like that, where you're looking for the future, you wouldn't want to tank with guys like this because outsiders looking in might look at like, what is going on over here? So when you start trying to trade pieces and stuff, players are looking at that like, I don't know if I want to go over there.
JD, you think like that from a logical mind. I'm talking about from a GM owner tanking rebuild mindset where they're kind of like, fuck that. We got to do what we got to do. So the fans may not like it, and the onlookers and the media they might not like it, but it's not up to us. So. I get where you're coming from. I'm like, man, that looks terrible. Like what the Rockets were doing, that was weak. I don't like that type of stuff. I want you to compete, but I also know like Laurie Marketing is a good player. I like Laurie Marketing a lot.
He's an all-star.
Jordan Clarkson. I've always liked Jordan.
Conley. He's solid. Conley's solid.
Solid.
For a group like that.
Yeah.
Conley is perfect for a group like that.
You're right. You're definitely right. But that's what I'm saying, Ron.
Veteran
For a group like that, what is Mike Conley? I don't believe. I think Mike Conley is a hooper and he's a professional and he's going to remain a professional. But from a logical standpoint, why would Mike Conley want to be a part of that? You know what I'm saying? Like he knows they're not going nowhere with that squad.
For sure.
Walker Kessler, and actually, my brother told me about Walker Kessler on that trade. I was kind of like, come on, this boy ain't about to be nobody.
Yeah, I was. I was sold on Walker.
He's showing out. You know what I'm saying? But
no, he is for sure.
With that being said, there's still I just named a roster of exceptionally well young talent. That talent is not. That's both. If you keep that team as it is, they're gonna need 5-6 years, bro.
I do agree with you, Bob. I will say I was wrong about them tanking in the sense of like the record, like the on paper record. But I do agree with you in a sense. Danny Ainge, that was not the plan.
No.
And I will stick to that point. I know Ron and Dub didn't think it was a part of the plan to win. No, I do not think that was the plan. I don't think they thought Laurie was going to be that good. I thought they thought they were probably just getting a piece in Walker Kessler. He looks like he's going to be a nice developmental piece. So I definitely think it was an accident that they were as good as they were this year. So far.
Do y'all remember the Laurie trade? Like what was traded in there? And even
Colin
with that being
Sexton.
said, I know everybody. And, they got Laurie and Colin Sexton. That's low key trade. Not even close to being trade of the year. That's low key like trade of the last 5 years.
But
That
Colin,
is trade of
no,
the year.
that's
but
low
hold
key
on.
trade
Colin
of the
Sexton's
last
been
5 years.
underperforming this year, I thought.
No,
yeah,
he
but
hasn't.
Laurie Marketing
He's just missed a game.
He started out balling, but Colin
he fell off a little bit.
dipped. He dipped. He definitely did. But that's I don't want to say that against him because I still think Colin is a really good player, and he was going through some things in Cleveland that I wanted him to get out of. So I was happy that he got moved in that trade. But I like me and J. Rob are saying, no, this is just clear insubordination, and heads will roll. This is clear insubordination.
They were going to get Victor, bro. They wanted Victor. I know. There's no way you're gonna sit here and tell me Danny Ainge ain't looked in the big board and say to the scouts and stuff and his staff like we're going for Victor Wembanyama.
Come on, the general said retreat, and the soldiers. The general said retreat, and the soldiers went in head first. They wanted to keep fighting.
They wanted to fight.
But here's the thing:
insubordination.
whether they wanted Victor or not, in the NBA, it's a thing called a lottery that you have to win.
But you want the highest.
So it's not. It's not. That doesn't matter. The team. I'm telling you, and I don't know the exact percentages. I don't know the exact percentages, but I don't remember the last time the team with the highest percentage got the number one pick. That typically doesn't happen. So you still have to. It's not football where all you have to do is lose the most and you automatically get the pick. No, you still have to win the lottery. So what happens if you do all of that shit and then you get the number 6 pick? You end up looking stupid. Now, obviously,
okay, you gotta do what you gotta do, right? Like that's a risk you gotta be willing to take. You gotta put yourself in the best
absolutely.
position. On top of that, it's not like Victor's the only person in the draft. And then what?
No doubt.
You became a lottery ticket instead of a first round exit team. Who cares? Who cares about losing in the first round?
I'm pretty sure
in the playing tournament.
I'm pretty sure getting a top 3 pick is like a 14 to 16% chance or something like that.
Mm-hmm. And even with all that being said, excluding the top 3 picks, I would rather today and going into the future, I would rather have Colin Sexton and Lauri Markkanen knowing what they are right now than to have a 3rd round pick.
I'm sorry.
I'll take those 2.
I'm sorry. I ain't gonna cap.
Look, Lauri has proven he's a bona fide all-star. Bonafide all-star. Colin Sexton's one of the most underrated players in the NBA. You could mess around and get one of them picks and they turn out to be Hasheem Thabit. Yeah, we talked about him just last show. It could turn out to be Hasheem Thabit. It could turn out to be a Gray Golden situation. It could be anything. Yo, these players get drafted every year and somebody bust every single year.
Ron, you mean top 3 pick, right? You mean top 3 pick?
If I said anything excluding the top 3 pick. And even with that being said, look at OKC right now. They got Chet Holmgren. He's hurt. Okay, yes, I know it's just a year. But let's say he comes out next year, plays pretty good, and gets hurt again.
That boy ain't hurt. They tanking.
And they could be. But I'm saying,
bro.
I
ain't gonna lie, I got to try to get Victor Wembanyama, bro. If LeBron James in the draft, I got to go after Bron. If Jordan's in the draft, I got to go get Jordan. If Wembanyama, if this kid, because like at the end of the day, if this kid is the expectations that people think he can reach, you got to take him. Like, I feel like you got to go for it. If this guy can literally change the trajectory of your entire franchise. I understand Lauri Markkanen.
Did Lauri Markkanen not do that? Technically, we're up here. We're up here saying that these guys were supposed to be playing for Victor Wembanyama, and now all of a sudden, Lauri Markkanen, the best player on their team, ready to grab an All-Star bid, has got them in the play-in, damn near a 6 seed almost. Like, has Lauri not technically changed the direction of their team?
I'm not going to credit them the Lauri Markkanen. I think Danny Ainge and the construction in which he built, I think he's the reason what changed that franchise around. Danny Ainge has never been about losing, which is why the narratives of his
changed the franchise around. They were better than this.
What? No, you lost. You lost.
Yeah, but they
lost Donovan
Mitchell
sold
and everybody
Rudy
for.
And when
they haven't turned anything around until they get into the playoffs, until they be a top 4 seed. They haven't changed anything around. I mean, I understand that they're doing better than we thought they were going to do, but they were still better the past 5 seasons than they are right now.
They're doing light years better than what they were supposed to be doing.
When you lose,
that doesn't mean that they're better though, Ron.
When you lose, no. You're missing.
They blew it up. They weren't supposed to be better. That wasn't their goal to be better this year.
I do understand that. So hear what I'm saying, y'all. I get what y'all are saying, that they might be better in the next, but y'all are saying he turned the franchise around. Let's not say he turned the franchise around until he completes the turnaround, because ain't nothing turned around.
He did turn the franchise around, because whenever any team loses 2 of their best players, usually that means that the team is tanking or going to be one of the worst teams in the league. That happens for damn near every single team. So the fact that they did not go through that drought, they did not go to one of the worst teams in the league, and they're actually in the playoff race, in the playoff hunt. They possibly could be a 6 seed, like Ron said. That's turning the franchise around.
Anything's possible. KG taught us that. But it doesn't mean that he turned. Look, they're in the middle of they're still in the middle of the rebuild. Like, they're rebuilding. They haven't turned anything around yet. Now, if they make the playoffs this year, I'm gonna go ahead and if they make whatever, if they start being better than the team they were, then I'll get on board with you, Dub. Gladly, I'll happily get on that shit. But right now, I'm not just jumping
If you
randomly
sit
jumping on
here,
those shit
if
where
you
it's like,
sit
yo,
here,
and
if you
let's be
sit
real,
here,
still
fellas.
on
They
if you
fire
traded
sit
though.
here
Donovan
and
and
lose,
Rudy for the
if
sake to
you
tank.
if you sit here and lose two of your best players of your team, and then you are still in the playoff race, despite that.
You overachieved.
You're
You
turn no,
overachieved.
you're turning your franchise around
You
because you're not
overachieved
becoming
in
one
year
of the
one.
worst teams in the
You
league.
No,
If you
overachieved in
that's
say,
year
not what
one.
that
come on,
means. That's not
You
what that
overachieved
means.
in year
give
one.
me an example. Give me an example when a team lost two of their best guys and they were actually in the playoff race the next
I'm
year.
that's not what I'm arguing, Dub. But I'm arguing is that I'm okay. I'm like I'm being picky. I'm being petty right now because I could have just let that go. But all I'm saying is like, bro, they haven't turned anything around. They blew up the ship. They put some of the fires out, but for all intents and purposes, the ship's still on fire. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
I agree.
we can't sell we can't get on this ship and sail across the Atlantic because there's fires all over this motherfucker. We're still not in the clear.
They
We
weren't
yeah, I,
selling.
under,
They
I
weren't
understand.
selling around the Atlantic.
Understand.
I think
I understand what you're saying. Like, yeah, the ship looks better than we thought it was gonna look, but that doesn't mean it doesn't it still float. It doesn't float as well.
But
But
Bobby,
he,
if you lose your captain and lose your sails, you would assume that the ship is going to be in the bottom of the ocean, right?
Just like J. Rob said earlier, Dub, we're supposed to
But don't answer the question. Answer
let's
the
play to win.
question.
I answered the question already, Dub. No matter what analogy you spin it on, bro, facts are still facts. You know what I'm saying? Like J. Rob said earlier, expect to win. Expect to win.
So
I'm not talking about oh well we're not 12th
okay.
we're not 13th in the West, so we turn this motherfucker around. Like,
What do,
no,
The
that's not
point.
how
The
it
point
works.
what
I
do we
was
have
going to
here?
make.
What do we have here? What do we have here?
Oh
What's
shit!
up,
What do we
there's
have
a-
here? The
man?
Candy
oh.
Man. What's the Candy Man doing?
Hold on,
What do we have
Mama,
here?
I'm
Hey,
famous
hey,
again. Hey, bro,
hey, there go
real
the
shit.
neighborhood.
shout out to the
I,
headache gang.
I love it.
What's
I
up
called
with
my mama before I got on. I said, "Hey, mom, I'm finna be like on TV." You feel me? Like, I was like, JD and Dub. She was like,
you? And
"Who
you
the
came
fuck?"
just in time. Just
Yeah,
in
you're
time.
right.
Hey,
What's up? What's up, big guys?
that
What's
list
up,
finna go
everybody,
down.
man? You
So,
know what I'm saying?
so the point I was going to make off of that analogy, the fact that they lost their captain and their sails, and the ship is not at the bottom of the ocean, that's them turning their franchise around because that's where
No,
the
I can't agree with
expectations
that.
were.
I can't agree with that because at the end of the day, they're rebuilding to win a championship, not be a first round exit. If you turn around and do the same shit a season ago, that's not a rebuild, bro. If you go from being knocked out of the first round or the second round to go back and do the same shit again, to me that's not a rebuild, bro. That's just you're trying to get out of that. Ain't that the point? Like you got rid of everybody to stop doing that. So I just feel like they were trying to tank. They messed around and got Laurie Marketing, who ended up being an all-star caliber player. They're going to get into the playoffs as an 8th or ninth seed, which they were not expecting to do, nor was the goal. But I don't think that means they're in a stepping stone and going to the right direction as a entire organization because this is what they've been doing. That's why they got rid of Donovan and Rudy because they want to stop getting to just the entrance of the door. They want to get to the top of the mountain. So to me, the rebuild has not happened yet. It is not a full 180 yet. There's
Yeah,
still
they're
By
things that
that,
have
by
to be
that,
done.
by that logic, damn near almost every team is like the Pacers never turned their franchise around. The Sacramento Kings
It
never
never turned it
nobody
around,
turned it around.
dog. It never turned around.
Okay.
No, it never turned
The Pacers
around.
haven't.
Nobody, nobody, unless
And
you
for
win a
that and for
chip,
that
unless
Yes,
you
you
win
win
a
a
chip,
chip.
unless you win a chip, you don't turn your franchise around at all. That's the logic we're going with.
Yo, the
for your fact,
problem is
for
you're
your
just
fact,
cool
Dub,
with
we
just
haven't
being
either.
good enough.
You're right.
No,
Can't
I,
just
I
keep
see
it
your
halfway
logic. I'm
there,
not,
bro.
I'm not, I'm not
And
debating. I see your
you're
logic.
right
right,
That's
Dub.
there.
fine.
You're right, Dub. But the difference between us and the Jazz is the benchmark. The Jazz benchmark. They've been first team in the West. They've been playing for that position. We haven't seen the playoffs since you know what I'm saying since I was in middle school. So with that being said, yeah, if we make a top 4 seed in the playoffs, top 6 seed in the playoffs, yeah, we've turned our franchise around. Now technically we still ain't did shit, but that's a complete turnaround for us. But the Utah Jazz have been a far better franchise than we have been in these past 20 years. So I seen you try to throw that in, like if you say that I'm gonna be like, oh well, no, when you put it that way, nah, because we ain't been shit. So if we get to the playoffs, then you know what I'm saying, then yeah, we turn this shit around. But
But that
once we make the playoffs a couple times, like okay, now you got to do better.
I'm
You've
having
been to the
that.
playoffs, now you got to do
I'm
better.
having that same way of thinking, as in just saying that them being able to turn Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert to being a top 4 seed to now still a top 8 seed. In my opinion, that's still turning your franchise around
Right.
because at the end of the day, they were supposed to be what you guys were last season.
Right, and they're in the process of doing that, Dub. I'm not saying they're not in the process of doing that. I'm just saying
Right.
let's not say they turned it around when there's they still got some.
I still think there's more work to be done, Dub. I just think there's more work to be done.
That's all I'm saying.
Kings have more work to be done too. They ain't turned thing around either.
That's what I just said, Dub.
But he's saying they never turned
don't be so
around.
sensitive, bro.
What
Don't be so
he's saying is
sensitive.
they
No,
never
I'm
been
just saying. I'm
harder.
just saying.
You're wrong, but you don't got to disrespect the Beam team because I debunked your
Beam
Nah, y'all
team.
messed up. Y'all
Like
messed up
the
my
Beam.
y'all messed up my
Hey,
SGP.
hey, we
Give me
got
that
some
shit.
we got
Like
big
the
rock shit
Beam.
going on.
Like
Give
the
me that
Big rock
shit.
shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why you want to throw us under the bus. You know what I'm saying? That didn't have nothing to do. Don't take it so
Just saying,
personal.
bro. Gotta keep
Like
the same
the
energy,
Beam.
bro. That's all I'm about.
Like
People
that.
keep
I
Miss-
kept the same energy. You just heard me say that. I just said that. Did I not just say that we ain't
No,
done shit
I
yet?
know. I agree.
We got a whole backlog of super chats. I appreciate everybody sending super chats, supporting the show, asking questions, commenting on the topics. We are not trying to ignore you, but we just had, when it gets heated, you just got to stay in the heat of the moment. Mr. No Name 96 sent a super chat. Said, "Is Laurie having his Julius type year?"
No.
What's that mean?
He's having
Like
coming
Like a
out
Julius
hard.
Randle 6-man,
Oh,
He's
where
better.
Julius Randle just comes out of nowhere.
that year, Julius. I think I'll take that year, Julius over Laurie.
I don't know.
I don't know
Not
about
in
that.
today.
Yo,
In today's NBA? Nah. Not
Yeah,
the
I
way
think-
Laurie shoot the damn three.
Yeah, I'm taking Laurie over Julius just because
I
Laurie got a little bit
like
more in his
Laurie.
bag. Laurie got a
Yeah,
bag,
Laurie's
bro.
crazy.
He's
Laurie's
crazy. He's
Uh,
crazy, bro.
Going
Baby
back
unicorn.
to the Jalen Brunson situation, Bra Mento sent a super chat, said Knicks hired Brunson's dad as the assistant coach. That's another aspect that we had to look at. Mavs didn't
yeah, I forgot
sign
about that,
Brunson
actually.
because they wanted to use him in a trade package. That's why he left. So that's why they didn't pick up his option, is because they were leaving the door open to include him
trade
in a trade package. So that, I left that,
killed
part out.
that killed the whole.
But that-
vibe.
So why didn't
You know,
they
if-
trade him?
Okay,
They're
that makes more
stupid.
Because
sense.
they're bozos.
That
That's it.
makes
That's
sense. Yeah, that
bro.
makes sense.
The whole situation was so brutal, and that's why he's up out of there. Like, maybe, who knows? Maybe Luka plays a little bit of a part in it. But I'm telling you, the catalyst is because the Mavs didn't value Jalen Brunson, and that is super unfortunate.
I think unfortunately too. Do you think like after they went to the Western Conference Finals, they thought they would have a real shot to bring him back, even though they kind of fumbled the bag with him early on? You know, you think that's why they never got the trade done or whatever they were looking for, because he started playing well and shit like that?
Well,
I don't think they
the
expected
trade
him
was
to ball
supposed to
like that.
happen before
Yeah, that's what I
the
think.
trade deadline.
But what I'm thinking is, I think they didn't expect him to ball out the way he did, and now it's like, we're not going to They're like, damn, we're not going to trade him. Actually,
For
he
sure.
actually helps us, and then
1,000%.
he's like, it come around the time like I didn't forget what y'all did.
1,000%. Because
That
But
makes
then,
sense.
but then
I didn't even
also,
know that. I didn't even know that part.
him balling out, why it really hurt them is because he really went crazy during the playoffs. When he won those 2 games against the Grizzlies, him
Playing
doing
like
that,
a real number 2 option.
him doing
he looked like a number
him
one option.
doing that,
he
his
damn
value
near
went so
won.
high
He was out there
that
like
he went out of their
this.
bidding price. They didn't have the money to pay him at that point. I mean, they could have, but they weren't willing to pay him. Obviously, $100 million.
I still think 100 million is a little too high, but like he for sure is like a 80 to 90 million.
22-6 for the Knicks. I mean, it looks like a solid
22-6,
investment
I'll pay
to him right
$100
now.
No,
It looks
hindsight,
like a solid investment.
in hindsight,
Facts.
for sure. I'm saying at the time when he signed for that, I was looking at it like I was thinking maybe more 80 to 90, between 80 and 90.
Yeah,
and then he
yeah.
signs 100. Good, of course, for sure.
And I don't even want to just throw stats out there. Just from what I've been watching him do,
Yeah,
and
facts.
just the clutch moments he's had
Facts.
as well, and in the big games he's had. Yo,
To me, he's
Jalen
easily our
Brunson
best.
looks like.
He's easily our best player. I know people want to
You
say
think
it's
so?
Julius Randle. I think he's easily by far our best.
Well, then he's worth every single penny. If he's
To me-
easily you guys' best player, hey, matter of
me-
fact, you guys got him on a steal. Then, if he's easily your best player.
To me, I'm a Knicks fan, so I'm watching their games,
Yeah.
and it's hard to watch sometimes. I personally feel like he is our best player. Like, I just think he's our best ball handler. I think he slows our pace down.
What
I
are
think
y'all
he's the
gonna
only
do?
guy that
Yeah.
can get in set. Honestly, we got to get something else. Like, we definitely need another star. Like, I do think you got
What
to
y'all
pair
gonna do
some with
with,
Jalen.
RJ?
Another star.
Yeah,
Bro,
what do y'all-
you
what do
I
y'all
don't think
do
RJ's a real
with
star.
RJ?
Like, I don't think RJ's a real star. I don't think Julius is a real star. Like, I don't think those 2 guys
do you
are
need
actual
another
like
star?
stars, bro. Because I think
yeah,
Jalen
they're
Brunson
not
is
another
like
star.
They're not stars. at all.
superstar. I guess what do you call him? Like, I guess all-star caliber player. Like, they can make an all-star team.
You got another all-star
Yo.
caliber player, then Randall's got to go.
Yeah. I mean,
So be it.
bro. So be it. Like, what's the goal, JD? To win a chip. We've been cursed. We've been cursed ever since the NBA rigged us to get Patrick Ewing. we have been cursed ever since, bro. The Knicks have been cursed ever since that Ewing pick because we were not supposed to get Patrick Ewing. The NBA wanted him for the market, and because of that, we rigged the league, and we've been cursed ever since that, bro. Ever since.
J-Rob, are y'all the New York Cowboys or the Dallas Knicks? Which one?
We're the New York Cowboys. No, we're the Dallas.
Okay.
We're the New York Cowboys. We're the New York Cowboys.
They're the Jets.
Ew. Yeah, that's gross.
Yeah, we're gross right now.
I mean,
bro.
what can y'all do? Can y'all send Julius anywhere? Can y'all send Julius to Portland?
Well, I mean,
Send him
ultimately, somebody could use Julius.
Minnesota.
Somebody can use Julius. Somebody definitely can use Julius. I just think what is our goal? Like, why do we draft Obi Toppin? You don't get enough minutes.
I
Because
think
we have Julius.
Obi was better than he is.
Well, no, it's not. But you can't find minutes for him because he plays the 4. And you have Julius Randle. Where does he play? He don't play the 3. He's not a tweener. So he can't play the 3. He's a full-blown 4. So if Julius is playing the 4, where does he fit in?
Can y'all send him to Phoenix?
I mean, if they want him down there, would they like? You got to think. Do teams want Julius Randle? You got to think. What teams right now would easily benefit from Julius Randle?
Right.
Nobody.
I don't think anybody. He's moving the needle for anybody. Bro.
I think Portland, but I don't know what Portland.
I think Portland could work.
I don't know what Portland can give you.
So can I ask you a question, Bobby? Though that I was thinking about. Everybody was talking about. So do you think the trade between Halliburton and Fox ended up paying off?
Yeah, I've said that millions of times.
I never talked to you about that.
I think that's why I praised Tyrese Halliburton. That's why I got so much love for Tyrese Halliburton because he brought us Domantas Sabonis, and that's what I'm saying. I'm just happy that he was as good as he is, so that we could really get a move like that. I like and that. Then I think it worked out for both teams, for Indiana and us. I don't think there was no loser. I think everybody should be happy. Tyrese was a little upset with our front office, but I mean. Shit, he should have been flat.
Who would you rather have as your point guard though?
De'Aaron Fox.
Okay.
De'Aaron Fox, no doubt.
Okay. All right.
Especially because we got Devion.
HIYHM. Dub's right. It was 2 times the money, 55 million years.
Dub's always right.
Mavs or 104 million.
This is what JD
years
said, though. This is not what Dub said.
New York after they hired his dad as a coach. Y'all not watching Mavs. Seawood,
So that was
legit guy.
JD, you see how this guy gave Dub the credit for what you said?
SD trash.
I've been preaching he wanted the money the whole time.
Hold
on, because he's talking about my Mavs. I have to respond because he said y'all not watching Mavs. Seawood's only legit guy. THJ and SD are trash. First of all, they're not trash.
People don't want to get
Tim Hardaway Jr. is inconsistent. I will say that. I don't love THJ's game because it's so hard to watch because he's so inconsistent. Spencer Dinwiddie is not trash. Bro, calling Spencer Dinwiddie is trash is insane.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm with you on the Tim Hardaway Jr. And I typically don't call no NBA player trash, and I'm not going to call Tim Hardaway trash, but I don't think that he's, an above average player. I don't think he's an exceptional player.
I agree.
But Dinwiddie for real is like really slept on. Like, Dinwiddie like that.
Dinwiddie is really like an all-star caliber player. Like if he's not all-star caliber, then he's fringe for sure. He's right there. Like Dinwiddie's nice, bro.
Sure.
All right. Leaf Diggy with Super Chat. Dub like me. I know what's going to happen as well. The Wizards of Farmers Market franchise. Utah got LAL going after G League players. This is sad.
Leaf is crazy.
Dub and Leaf, yeah. Y'all in 2 pieces of a pie.
Traveling Trav. Bradley Beal without AD made the playoffs with the same squad. What will it say about Braun if he doesn't make play-in?
Doesn't make the play-in.
We'll say he's old and he's sit his old ass down.
Got a good point.
They're gonna bring up his age
down somewhere, bro. What do you mean sit his old ass down?
They're gonna bring up his age.
I don't want him to. I don't want him to. I love to see Brown still killing at this age, but I just think at some point it's a waste of time. Now look, I'm the wrong person to say that because I'm going, even if it's just pick up playing ball, I'm gonna play as long as I can walk. So I understand Brown. Like Brown on his Tom Brady. Like if I can still get busy, why not? And I applaud him for that. But if your man's AD not gonna be out there helping you win some games, man, like. I know people hate it but Brian, do something. Go on somewhere or bring somebody. Do your GM.
But Braun is the reason why they winning games though. Like when they do win, he's the catalyst, bro. Like, come on, y'all. Like Bob, don't do that. Because at the end of the day, in order for him to even win games or be competitive enough to win games, he got to score over 30 points a night. This man is doing it.
That's the
Oh
problem.
no,
He out here
Lakers my
killing
squad. That's why I
himself.
say you be capping for Bron though. Because
How am I capping for Bron? They just
majority of the time
won
they
2
did a
games
lot better
back to
with
back,
it.
and they lost to the Clippers. I'm not capping for shit.
Majority of the time
happened,
when he was not out there and it was just AD, they looked way better of a team without LeBron than with him.
I have to agree with Bama.
I will also say LeBron is probably at the age where he can average 30 a game, but he's not at the age where he can carry a team to the playoffs. So this is why I gotta say, bro, he gotta take a lesser role. Like I know it's humbling. I know
who's gonna take over for him? Who on the team with 80 who's taking over?
I understand that. We got 80 Glass Davis. It's no point, but at the end of the day, it's no point for LeBron just to sit up there and put them garbage time Dak points up either.
But I never heard a guy try to be discredited so bad that y'all really kick for him just not to go out there and play.
And this is why it's gross because LeBron James got the Dallas Cowboys.
That don't even make sense. Like
y'all got a guy to go out there and play. Dallas Cowboys following y'all move the goal.
So when Kobe Bryant, and I love Kobe, one of my favorite athletes, top 3. When Kobe Bryant was out there playing for them bum ass Lakers, not up to nothing. None of y'all was talking about Kobe needs to sit his old ass down. Y'all just was talking about Kobe needs some help.
I shouldn't have said it like that. I shouldn't have said it like that.
Old ass down.
I shouldn't have said it like that. I see that set you on fire. I should.
Yeah, that set me on fire, bro.
My
man turned 38 and he's averaging 38.
Let me ask you this.
But like Bama said, though, he gotta take a lesser role.
Let me ask you one question.
You can't take a lesser role if the best player is always hurt.
When Kobe was the old junkyard dog, how often was he playing GM? Because this boy LeBron playing GM and the lead role scorer. So we're not going to bring up Kobe. We're not going to bring up Kobe, bro, because the old junkyard dog went in his shed and laid down until it was time for him to retire. Your boy playing GM, trying to recruit.
Your man's over here. Jordan, I could have sworn Michael Jordan was trying to train half the Wizards to try to turn the Wizards into a title contender. You brought up the old junkyard dog. Don't move the goalpost again. He was an old junkyard dog.
Don't move the goalpost again. That's what LeBron fans do. They move.
It's not a LeBron fan, bro. I'm talking from facts. You're saying LeBron fan, bro. I'm just asking, I'm comparing situations.
That's all we're talking about. We're talking about Cujo and LeBron. When Cujo was old like LeBron,
Lord, bro.
He was not playing GM, how LeBron is. So
you're talking about shit that does not matter. LeBron played lead GM and went to the finals and won championships. What does it being a GM have to do with anything right now, bro? What is your point?
That means you still trying to do something. So we're not going to bring up your age when you still obviously trying to win.
I don't think his age matters. These are ones trying to sit his old ass down. I don't think his age should matter. He's still
why the Lakers fighting for a play-in spot? And if his age don't matter, why are they fighting for a play? Because this was supposed to be a layup. When we recruited him from Cleveland, this was supposed to be a layup. All 4 years, we were supposed to be in the NBA Finals. That shit has went nothing like that. We won that ring in COVID, and it's been struggle bus ever since. We almost got swept by the Suns the following year after that ring, bro. They swept us off the court. LeBron was tired, capital E, exhausted out there. So please tell me, what Mr. LeBron fan?
So when LeBron go out there and drop 40 points,
this is not what we're supposed to be talking about. When Magic recruited LeBron, this conversation that me and you're having right now, this is not supposed to be going on. So please tell me.
The thing is, Bama, I don't need to go back and forth with you, bro, because at the end of the day, you're biased, bro. You don't have the same energy that you have right now for Bron that you have for other players. You don't hold other players to the same standards. You don't make the same excuses. You're saying the same old bullshit. I can say you can say the COVID. You can say COVID ring. You can say COVID ring. But if anybody else in the NBA would have won that ring in COVID, we'd be giving them credit for that ring. And when we look back 100 years from now, we're not going to be giving a fuck how he got his ring. We're going to say he has this many rings in his career. We can sit here and talk about the injuries and things of the nature that have happened, bro.
None of that.
You can live and die with all that.
We got to stay. This is what I got to teach you, LeBron fans, to stay.
You don't have to teach me anything, bro. You don't have to teach me a
goddamn
goddamn thing.
Why are we having the conversation?
I was a
we're
better
having?
basketball player than you.
Listen, I don't care how good of a basketball player you think you are. We're talking about LeBron James.
I'm talking about me versus you in basketball.
I'm a better football player than you.
No, you didn't. You weren't a better football player than me. You weren't a better football player than me.
I swear to God.
Bama, you were 5'5". I would have flipped your little ass.
I swear you would have.
I swear to Jesus, I would have flipped your little ass in football. Stop playing with me, bro.
You would have been over there.
I swear to God, I would have flipped you, bro. Stop
smelling salt. Smelling salt.
You're 5'5". I'm 6'3".
Wake up.
I would have flipped your ass.
I promise you.
You kidding me? There's a reason why you went
on your ass.
There's a reason why you went to. The reason why you went to Boondocks University and I had 11 Division I scholarships, bro. There's a difference, bro. There's a difference, bro. You're 5'6", and I would have flipped you. You're 5'6", I would have flipped you. UConn was better than the school you went to, bro.
No.
Luka was better than you. We would have beat y'all.
No, y'all ass. Y'all would have really had a
all right, can we get back? Can we get back? Can we get back, y'all? Can we get back?
What's the debate? What's the debate? What's the debate?
I want to talk about shit.
What's the debate? He's
talking about he's mad that fucking LeBron is ass and the Lakers are struggling.
LeBron's not ass. The Lakers by far have the worst supporting. They have one of the worst supporting casts in the league. They have Thomas Bryant, who don't space the floor like that. They just got Rui Hachimura. That's the only help they have. The Lakers have been trashed the whole entire time. This is by far the worst supporting cast LeBron James has had in his whole entire career. So to sit here and act as if he should be carrying more of a workload now at the age of 38 or 39 or 40 years old, that you think that he should be carrying more of a workload now?
You see what I'm just saying, Bob? You see what I just said? You see what I said? You see how they just do this right here? They just do this right here.
That's just what it is.
Yo, when I talk about my eyebrows, I'm insecure about that shit.
LeBron's so great.
Hell.
But when he falls short, this is what they get to do. You remember how that old DVD thing used to bounce off the screen? That's how LeBron fans.
Hey, Doug, during football season, my eyebrows should be faint from my football helmet.
JD, you ready for this list?
Oh shit!
Listen,
hold on, we haven't hit 300 likes yet. Hold on.
J-Rob, you know what I'm gonna do now? I'm gonna do on my YouTube channel, and I'm gonna go pull up film of Thomas Bryant and the way that they play defense against him. Since I don't watch the game, this is the
We'll
fact.
watch together. Can I watch with you? Can we do it on Discord? I can watch with you.
Thank you. Hoodie said the same thing I said. Don't brag about Bron doing something at 38, but then when he does it, when the outcome doesn't come out how you want it,
if I'm wrong, if I'm wrong, I'll say I'm wrong.
I know you would. Because I want you to see
we'll watch
this.
that shit together. All
right. Before this show ends, if we hit 300 likes for everyone who's strolled in after we announced this initially, if we hit 300 likes, Bobby's going to drop his James Harden list, all the players that he would rather have over James Harden. But for now, we're going to hit these super chats. Indoor Voices, TB shoots over 40%. WTF is Dub talking about, man. And then he sent a follow-up.
Bruce Brown was shooting like 45% against the Celtics, but they weren't guarding him, so it doesn't matter.
I mean, but Dub, what does that mean? What does that matter though?
They weren't guarding him.
And I'm gonna give you another example of why that's even better for the team.
Stop talking about
do you know why that's even better? I'm gonna go back to last year's conference finals when the Celtics were playing against the Bucks. It was a game 6 or game 7. I don't remember. All I know is it was one guy on the Celtics who was an afterthought offensively. They were leaving him wide open. As a matter of fact, you hate this guy too. I think you just hate guys that defenses leave open and they make open threes. They just happen to do their job. They actually shoot to make the shot. Because when Grant Williams hit, 8 or 9 threes? It might have been more than that. 8 or 9 threes, and they beat the Bucks. What can you say about that? Now, now all of a sudden, are you going to say Grant Williams? Are you going to keep saying Grant Williams can't shoot? Grant Williams sucks. Grant Williams this? Well, he did his job. They're okay. But that was Coach Budenholzer's problem. He kept thinking that this guy's not a competent floor spacer. This guy can't make this shot. We're just going to leave him open. And then what happened? He's wearing Hawaiian shirts in Cancun because he thought that.
If a guy is not taking a lot of threes, if the defenses aren't respecting him, even when he does get the ball, he's not pulling up. He's not a shooter. Grant Williams is showing that in playoffs and even in this season where he can't shoot. Thomas Bryant's not doing that. He never had anything like that besides that 30-point game he had. Everything he had for the whole season has been nothing close to that. So it's not the same. It's not the same, Ron. It's not the same.
All right.
So Grant Williams had something like that?
Grant Williams, yes. He's showing that he's a competent shooter. He's showing that he could guy that can actually.
I bet he doesn't shoot. I don't know. I don't even know his percentage. I bet you it is not better than Thomas Bryant's.
Oh, my God.
No. Don't look it up. Let's just bet. Let's bet. What do you want to bet?
How much? This is the lucre bet?
No, this is your bank account and my bank account. This is your Cash App versus my Cash App.
How much you want to put on it?
50.
Before I look at it. 50
that he does not. No. That he does not shoot 44%.
40. Oh wait, no. I'm talking about attempts. Because I won't argue that he probably has a higher percentage, but I'm pretty sure he shoots more, and if he shoots more, he's probably gonna. I say he has like a 40% clip. Grant Williams.
Grant Williams is not shooting at 44%.
40. What's Thomas Bryant shooting right now? 40?
I think it's 44. I think it is.
I'll check. I'm gonna check.
Can we
Thomas
get,
Bryant right now.
can we get those likes? I want to hear Bobby's list.
I do too. Aramis Jones pulling up from deep, by the way.
I want to see if it gets nasty.
But check
What's
Thomas
good,
Bryant.
Aramis?
Real quick. Give me 1 second.
All right, let me hit some of these super chats while you're doing that. I watch every Laker game. This is Indoor Voices. I watch every Laker game. TB can shoot it, but he's more effective in the paint. Dub chatting.
Yo, Ron. So, Thomas Bryant is shooting 44 on like 1-3 a game. So since Grant Williams taking more, can I sit here and have 40%? I bet you he's shooting more threes at 40%.
I doubt that Grant Williams shoots 40%, bro. I highly
taking
doubt
a bet 50? 50?
What do you mean 50? Did you already looked it up? So if you could have took my bet on the spot. No, you're over there dipsing on that computer. Nah, I'm good.
Okay, now you.
But I know he doesn't. I know he doesn't.
I'm gonna check it right now. Let me check it right now.
Hold on. Watch this, DJ. DJ said W host, but you missed my super chat. Guess what, DJ? Joke's on you because I never miss a super chat. This is what you sent. Legit question because I'm an NBA casual. What is it that Jokic does that made him win 2 MVPs? Not questioning that he should, but when I watch him, I don't see MVP.
The dude for 2 straight seasons puts 3.6 up and 3.4 up and shoots at a 40% clip, Ron.
So would you say that Grant Williams can shoot?
He's a better shooter than Thomas Bryant, yes.
No. Would you say he can shoot?
Yes.
So why are teams leaving him open?
They left him. They don't
it's the same situation. No, it's literally the same situation. No, it's literally the same situation. It's literally the same situation,
Dub. They don't leave him open anymore, Ron.
So now they be pressing Grant Williams?
It's not in like a JT or JB, but they treat him as a threat now. They don't treat Thomas Bryant as a threat.
The thing about it is, I'm pretty sure teams treat Thomas Bryant as a threat. Just how Bob said that teams will say he can't shoot the ball, but you got to understand, Steph Curry gets open threes every now and then. You can't guard everybody on the three-point line. So when like I always say, when he does get an open shot, it's a plus for the offense. But that does not mean that he's trash, and it doesn't mean he can shoot just because he's getting open threes. That was the point you were making. You were like, man, nobody's guarding him out there. He's getting open threes. That means he's not a shooter.
Who's more of a threat, Thomas Bryant or Grant Williams?
That's not the point that I'm making.
That's the point
that I'm making.
Because even if they are leaving Grant Williams open at times, what do you think that they're going to treat Thomas Bryant like? A guy who shoots less and not as much volume. And
they don't want to leave them open. I guarantee if you were to be like, we'll give him, you can contest this shot or you can't contest this shot. Which one do you want to choose? You think they're gonna just choose? Oh, let's not contest it. Forget it. It's Dwight Howard out there. We don't need to.
You're also more willing to close out on a big like that doesn't have blow by speed. So you're gonna be able to recover on something like that.
Listen, bro, this is so stupid.
Justin Allman. I think LeBron, the first... Oh, sorry. Let's go back to DJ's question because he tried calling me out. Hello, DJ. Legit question because I'm an NBA casual. What is it that Jokic does to make him win 2 MVPs? Not questioning that he should, but when I watch him, I don't see MVP. What is it? What is it, boys? Why is Jokic a 2-time MVP? What does he do?
The first season, Joel Embiid got hurt. He was going to run away with it, so that was the first season. The second season, I mean, the dude... damn near averaging a triple-double, having like 26 a game, and then missing his 2 best players and being a 6th seed is actually quite impressive. And then this season, the dude might damn near average a triple-double this season. Then he's a top. I think he's a 1st seed right now, so that's why.
Leaf Diggy. Or actually, Justin Allman. I think LeBron's the first to score 40 on every team. That's elite. Leaf Diggy. Get the Lakers out of here. Why do we care? I'm tired of being told who to admire in today's game. NBA overfed casuals with Bron and Steph. I'm over it. With an angry face emoji.
This needs to be the Thomas Bryant episode. I'm not even going to lie.
Angels with the super chat. 2018 Harden over 2023 Luka over 2008 LeBron. LeBron's still number 1 though. Angels Players Choice YouTube member, by the way.
You're taking, I don't care what member he is. I don't care if he's on this damn panel. I'm going to fry him. How the hell, in any scenario, are you taking 2018 James Harden, any version of James Harden? I don't care if it's James Harden at the YMCA.
Over Luka Doncic, I agree.
In 2008. That literally just blows my mind. It does. Like,
he was a better offensive player. Arguably a better passer, too.
Bob, what did you say earlier?
I'm not engaging. I'm not engaged. I can't do this no more.
Man.
I said what I said earlier, and I'm standing on that. I refuse.
Yeah, that's what it is.
So what if I say LeBron was better? You know what?
LeBron was better what? LeBron was better what?
Next super chat.
LeBron was better what?
Because you immediately ran to one eensy beensy tiny. Well, I wouldn't say tiny thing, but you went to one thing. He's a better offensive player. So just because he's a better offensive player, he's a better player.
Okay, cool. Who's better, Stephen Curry or Chris Paul? Okay, cool. Who's better, Chris Paul or Stephen Curry?
See what you did, Ron? That's why I didn't
Steph Curry.
Why?
Because he's just better at basketball.
Okay.
He's way better.
Hey, James Harden's just better at basketball then.
Listen. Steph Curry is a unanimous MVP. Steph Curry is the best shooter of all time.
There's two sides of the ball.
Yes, it is two sides of the ball. It is two. No, okay, but look though. LeBron's a better offensive player and defensive player and everything in between. But listen. We're talking about Stephen Curry. Come on, this is completely. That's a nasty context, Ben Dub. I see what you're trying to do, and it was cute. And it was cute.
Wait, what's he gonna? Wait, Ron, can you give me a? What did he say?
I said that. So the super chat came in and it said 2018 James Harden is better than 2018 LeBron, and I said that's nasty. I would never take any James Harden over LeBron in 2008. And then basically Dub said that James Harden was a better offensive player, and I was like, Dub, that's nasty. We just did this earlier. Because I can say and he said, well, James Harden's a better offensive player. I said, okay, I can say James Harden, or I can say LeBron's a better defensive player. And then he said, well, who's better? Steph Curry or Chris Paul?
Curry.
Why?
And then he said, but why? Because Chris Paul's a better defensive player. It's like, bro, come on.
Curry's just a better overall player.
Exactly
so
what I said.
What you guys are doing is not overall. What you guys are doing.
Curry's a better overall player.
The same logic that I'm using for James Harden, Luka Doncic. I'm saying the totality of their offensive game outweighing the defense that LeBron James provides. That's why I'm siding with the guy. The same logic y'all use. Hold on, wait. The same logic with Stephen Curry and Chris Paul. Stephen Curry's offensive game and his offensive impact is that much greater than Chris Paul's. That trumps the defense and the offense.
But James's offensive impact is not that much greater than LeBron's. That's the difference.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. I don't think James Harden's game.
This will be
a hot take. This will be definitely a hot take. Maybe I'll say I overrate LeBron's offense or whatever. That man has 38,000 points. I will never be able to say to me or anybody that James Harden is a better offensive player than LeBron. I'm sorry.
But J-Rob, you can always do it on the scale. See what
2008. We're talking about 2008.
What Dub just did was just
when he led the league in scoring.
All he did was just vaguely say something.
Talking about 2008.
You gotta, J-Rob, you gotta do it like this. Let's put it on a scale. So for offense, we'll give you 10 points. Defense will give you 10 points, and then your playmaking and assisting, rebounding, all that stuff all goes into another separate category of 10 points. So
you can have the same points. Two people got the same amount of points, right?
Yeah, for sure. So what you just did, Dub, was say, well, Steph Curry's offense is here and Chris Paul's here, so we gotta do the same thing with Luka and Bron. But what you didn't say is that on the defensive end, James Harden and Luka is a goose egg. 0 points. You get nothing on defense. On offense, yeah, you might get a 9, but on offense, you're giving Bron an 8. On defense, you're giving Bron a 7, a 6, a 6. So who's better? You add those points up.
Okay, great.
What? Hold on, no. What's 8 plus 6? 14. What's 9 plus 0? 9. So who's better? When you go Steph Curry and Chris Paul, you go Steph Curry offense 9, Steph Curry defense 4, 3, right? Chris Paul offense we'll go 7. We'll go 7. Chris Paul defense
6,
5,
actually,
maybe 4. So you're still.
What are you talking about? Now you're underrating this, and you're underrating this on purpose because what your point should be for Chris Paul. What's your point? No. You're underrating people. You're underrating people on purpose. What your argument should be to stay consistent with your logic.
I could have gave Steph a 10.
No.
I think he clearly is a 10. I think he's surely a 10.
You gave LeBron James. LeBron James
seem
a 9.
biased.
You gave LeBron James a 9 in 2008.
No, I
Chris
didn't.
Paul.
No, I didn't. I gave LeBron a 7 or an 8.
On
I gave him like
offense.
a 7 and 8, and I gave Luka and James Harden 9s.
Okay,
so what
on
are you
offense.
talking about, Dub?
On offense.
I'm not.
Okay, cool.
I'm trying to help you out. I could
Stephen
just
Curry.
blew this whole shit out the
So
water.
Stephen Curry. We're talking about offense. So that's passing and scoring. Stephen Curry, I'm gonna give him a 10.
No.
If he's a-
I put all that in a whole separate category. There was supposed to be a 30-point scale. I only talked about the first two, but playmaking, scoring, rebounding, all the
Okay,
other
cool.
intangibles going.
Okay,
to that.
scoring. Steph Curry, 10. Chris Paul, I'll say he's 6.
6.
Yes.
I'm about to say, don't lie. Don't
yeah.
lie.
That's like
No,
on his best
wait.
day.
6.
Don't lie.
So we're talking about scoring for 6. Chris Paul, we talking about playmaking. He's a 10. Stephen Curry, 6.
9.
7.
9.
7.
Playmaking.
9.
I'm giving 8.
8, 9.
This is the issue. This is the issue. Dub thinks playmaking is only pass.
Okay. All right, then
not
we'll say
playmaking.
then we'll
It's
separate it again.
Hold
Let's
on.
separate it again. I'll
Playmaking,
separate it
rebounding,
again.
assist,
Okay,
everything.
cool.
All the other intangibles.
Assist is 10. Stephen Curry is 6. Playmaking. Chris Paul is still a
Oh,
9,
it's all
and
one scale,
playmaking
though.
is
It's all one
Chris
scale.
Paul's at 8 or
All one
9.
group.
Stephen Curry's a 10. I'll give you that. Rebounding. Chris Paul is a
It was supposed to
5.
only be
Stephen
3
Curry's a
categories,
0.
Dub.
Stephen Curry's a 1 or a 2.
Well-
Defense. Chris Paul is a 9. Stephen Curry's a fucking 3.
It was supposed to be only 3 categories.
Wait,
Dub. You
wait,
doing
wait,
too
wait,
much.
wait.
What
But
you
it's
mean?
it's
You guys
also
not- y'all not- no,
it's
y'all
time
not
out.
gonna be
It's
doing this.
also
Y'all not
one more
gonna be doing
category
this.
that gotta go
Yo,
in there.
Chris Paul,
It's
y'all
one
not
more
garbage,
category.
Dub.
Y'all not-
Hey,
y'all not
and
doing
this is the most important
he don't
category.
fuck
Wait,
with
this
Steph
this
in no
this is the most
aspect.
important category. Your impact on winning. Steph's in 11 out of 10.
11.
Don't do that.
Now
bro.
you
Really
guys-
a 15.
now-
No,
now-
like seriously.
No,
Come on,
he's
you gotta
seriously
keep
Because
it
right,
there,
bro.
bro.
He's
yo,
right, bro.
when I said Dub, don't do that. When I said Dub, you're being nasty comparing those two because that's ultimately what I was getting at.
Y'all dumb as
They're
hell.
about to start kicking
Y'all
ain't
dumb
gonna
as
lie.
hell. I'm not gonna
Yo,
lie, y'all dumb as
yo,
hell
Ox,
because
Ox,
LeBron
ask
James
you a
in
question.
2008 didn't win
Can I ask
anything.
you a question?
Didn't
Yo,
win
Ox,
anything.
Do physical abilities make you better than somebody else, or does it do the totality of how you win a game?
know what?
Or
I'm
the
not-
outcome
you know
of
what?
your
They can.
impact in the game?
They can, J. Rob. I
Like
think they
y'all
definitely
over here,
can. It doesn't-
y'all
it's not-
talking
it's
about
not
moving the
100%,
goalposts.
but they
That's
can.
what you've been doing this whole
We
time.
just talking about something
Bobby talked
different
about 3 categories. I go off the 3 categories he gives.
But you wanted to add more categories, though.
Because JD was sitting here. Let's talk about adding more categories. So that's what I'm gonna do. Now we're talking about winning.
I didn't
How many
hear
more
that. I didn't hear-
categories
Dub,
y'all gonna
I
add?
didn't hear that.
Y'all
Dub,
added
I
and
didn't-
added
I
and
didn't hear
added
that.
and doing
I didn't hear
this. Y'all just
Dub,
moving
Dub,
everything.
Relax, breathe.
Now you're
brother,
saying winning.
breathe.
So what are we
Breathe,
doing?
brother.
Let him know.
What are we
No,
doing?
but they do it.
Nah,
They do
bro.
it.
They doing like what the hell are we doing? I can't even
I'm
have a
sorry, Dub.
conversation and stay on
Dub,
topic.
I'm sorry.
Nah,
I
bro.
didn't hear that. Okay.
No,
I'm
it's not on
sorry,
you,
Dub.
Bobby. It's not on you. It's
I
not.
didn't
It's
hear.
not on you, Bobby. I was trying to
because
have that
when I
conversation
started-
with you,
when-
and everybody's
yeah.
just doing this. They're just doing this.
When
They're
I
just
was
doing this.
just trying to make it make sense for me. So I just had 3 categories, and in that last category, since we're talking about guards, I just decided to lump everything together, like rebounding, impact, playmaking and stuff. I just put all that stuff together.
And
so
I
when
was
you start
trying
making
to.
that,
I was trying to, but now it's over with. Fuck it.
All
right, let's go. Woo! Brumento, the volcano has exploded. Brumento with the super chat. Let Luka play alongside a competent player and then judge him. Y'all want Tim 3 for 38 from the field, Hardaway Jr. running the damn offense. I mean, that's a super over exaggeration, but you're not that far off.
What's considered a competent player? Who's competent?
here's
Nobody
the
on this
thing.
team is competent.
Here's the thing. His team's actually not bad. It's like there's just
JD.
like one.
JD, can you tell the
rest.
JD, you got to tell the truth,
They
bro.
are boo boo.
Yeah,
They're
I'm
not
you gotta
that
give
boo-boo,
that a rest,
though,
JD.
bro.
You
They're
guys-
not that
I ain't gonna
boo-boo, though,
Those
bro.
are
If
fake
Maxi,
diamonds.
listen. If Maxi
Not
Kleber wasn't
confident.
hurt, they'd
Confident.
actually probably win a
If
couple more
Maxi
games.
Kleber
if they
wasn't
didn't-
hurt, y'all to be something. Man,
Come
y'all
on, bro.
I
I'm
should
not
throw this
saying-
glass at the damn screen.
Bro, you
what the
are
hell are
such
you
a
talking? If
fucking
Maxi
bozo.
Kleber was playing Dallas to be something.
Yo, Ron, Maxi
Dallas
is nice, Ron. Maxi is
He's
nice.
nice, but what? So all right, then let's
Bro,
do this.
we don't
Let's
have
just-
any defensive bigs, and Maxi Kleber is a defensive
Oh
big.
my
Bro. Come
So
on, bro.
Dwight
Hey,
Powell-
Ron,
let's
Ron,
go
Ron,
in-
when
let's
Maxi-
go in-
when Maxi, they could have won 3 more
Did
games
Dwight
with Maxi.
Powell something?
At least 3 more
Ooh,
games.
they could have won 3 more games and been the 5th seed.
That matters-
What
that
are
matters
they
in the West,
doing?
bro. That matters.
That's the
3
point
games
I'm
is a
trying
lot
to
in the
make.
West, bro.
They are not. Listen, Maxi Kleber can come back and they're still going to get bounced in the 1st or 2nd round. I keep
That's-
trying to tell you guys,
That's
they
really-
don't have a good enough roster. They do not. Will you guys get this through your head?
Whose
Those
roster's
are
better, Ron?
fake
The Jazz or the
diamonds, cubic zirconias. When you put the diamond tester to them, it's not going to pass. Their team is not good. They're not. The Dallas Mavericks are flukes. They're flukas. That's all I'm trying to say. And I'm not, and I don't want to put the blame on Luka because his teammates are not good enough. But it's nothing. I'm sorry, Luka. You are a good player, but your team is not good enough.
And I don't think Luka could turn his entire team to a bunch of catch and shoot guys, JD, for him to win. Because you turned Spencer Dinwiddie from a great one-on-one isolation.
He's not a catch and shoot guy though.
To the catch and shooter.
No, they didn't.
They didn't turn him into that. They didn't turn him into that. They want him to use him for his capabilities. But I do think playing with Luka, at some point, he does kind of wait in the corner, becomes that guy. Not because he wants to be. Not because he wants to be, JD. But because it does happen, JD. That does happen. It doesn't happen all the time.
He still plays.
I don't want to make it sound like that.
He still plays the game that he plays. Maybe he catches it, does more catch and shoot because you have to play at some point a certain role, but he still does everything else. He's not just a catch and shoot player.
No, he's not. Nuts. I don't want to make it seem like he's not. But
we can agree that he probably does more catch and shoot than maybe he would do on like for example when he was playing in Washington. You're right.
Yeah.
We still talking about Fluka?
That's a different role. No, we're moving on.
No, I ain't gonna lie. I don't call him Fluka though. That's OD though. That's
Fluka is hilarious, Ron, but you're a dickhead. Mr. No Name 96. The Mavs need a Paul George type of player. That would be nice.
And if they do that, then
that's a move. That's a move.
I think Paul George is actually probably the best player to play alongside Luka in the NBA.
I saw
other than Jokic, obviously. Other than Jokic, he did.
No, I agree with that, Doug. You was right.
I saw yesterday Bo Mamba might be.
I gotta make sure I say it now.
Nah, bro. Yeah, and then you're gonna be realizing how often you actually say that.
I saw yesterday that the Magic might have Mo Bamba on the block. I'm looking at that like that would be a nice pickup.
That's a good pickup.
That would be a nice pickup for the Mavs.
A lob threat, defense, interior defense. I think that could be good.
I wouldn't be mad at that, but I don't know what we'd have to give up to get a piece like that.
Dwight Powell and some picks.
I wouldn't be, bro. If that's all we had to give up, I wouldn't be mad about that.
I mean, you just replace him. I don't know because Jonathan Isaac is back too, so they probably don't got the minutes.
Yeah, KG Son, the Kings turned it around. They have Fox and Sabonis, and they turn Murray into a good player. They can be a top 5 team for a while.
They didn't turn Murray. He came out of college with high expectations.
He was the most pro-ready rookie in that draft class, fellas.
People just be making shit up, bro.
Nah, Banchero was, but I mean,
Banchero was the best. But
Murray's ready, but he's definitely getting better. If y'all pay attention, he's being more aggressive. He's going after offensive and defensive rebounds. So Dub, stop trying to do us like.
I like Murray.
No, it's not about
Murray has definitely been playing better because of Mike Brown, because of the staff we have. Yes, Mike Brown is the one that's pushing Keegan Murray to rebound on the offensive and defensive end. And I know rebounds might not mean anything to you. I know you're mostly talking about his scoring ability, but he's getting better on other parts of the game. His aggression to the rim, him taking matchups on the defensive end, trying to guard players that are clearly quicker and smaller, faster than him. He's moving his feet. He's doing things that Mike Brown is putting in his head, saying, "I need you to do this." Because the difference between Keegan Murray and a lot of these other players, such as the kid that got drafted to Houston. Jaden Ivey, all these players, they can mess up. Only old boy from the Pacers. Only old boy from the Pacers, and it has been on a shorter leash than Keegan Murray. When Keegan Murray messes up once or twice, Mike Brown sits his ass down.
Didn't Jaden Ivey go to the Pistons?
Yeah. He's talking about Ben Mathurin.
He's talking about Mathurin, Jabari,
Yeah, but these other kids, they're able to go out there and just make mistakes and figure it out. Keegan Murray's been put under a lot of pressure from Mike Brown, and he's stepping up to the plate. So don't act like Mike Brown isn't helping turning him into a better player than he was. Because you don't just.
Is Keegan Murray in like a Scotty Barnes role? For the Kings?
Yeah, but Scotty Barnes had way less. I think he had less of a leash than Keegan Murray has. Because I don't think the Raptors.
If a high caliber rookie, especially in their first year, throughout the season, you're going to see them naturally getting better throughout the course of the season. I'm not going to say
that's not true.
You know what I'm saying? I would say I watched Isaac Okoro look.
I'm saying a
guy.
guy,
There's a lot of players that come out of college that are supposed to be somebody and they don't do what they can do because they don't have the proper staff around them, Doug.
Which is
you don't just go into a league like the NBA and all of a sudden just get better. These players are so good. These are some of the best players in the world. You know you're not just going to get
No, you're not getting it. You're not getting the point. My point is that
will you listen, Bobby?
Keegan Murray, at the end of the day, Keegan Murray had expectations to be a high caliber. He was a high caliber rookie. He was a high prospect coming in. My point is that you could say the Kings being on that organization does help him out, but the main reasonings on why he's as good as he is because of who he is as a player, who Keegan Murray is, who he was.
Obviously, Doug. What are you talking about?
That's the point I was making.
That's
well, again, you're doing a lot of this. You're doing a lot of this. You're doing a lot of this.
You mad because you being cooked for weeks on weeks, Doug?
You haven't been talking.
Bullshit, bro.
You keep talking. You keep talking. Saying points that doesn't even matter.
Obviously, Doug.
Obviously, points that doesn't make matter.
What are you talking about?
I think.
To sit here and say the super chat. What was the super chat? What was the super chat again?
No, but I think what Bobby was trying to say, like,
the super chat was right, Doug. You were wrong.
What was the super chat?
The super chat was right. You mad? You trying to keep throwing the organization under the bus? Like, of course.
It's not throwing the organization under the bus, bro.
Dub, of course, you have to be a good player to be a good player in the NBA. Yes, it's because of who he is. If he wasn't him, he wouldn't even be there. So that's the point that doesn't need to be made, Dub. You trying to nitpick? So
okay, the point that you just made. The point that you just made. The point that no, because when you wrong, you're wrong, Bobby. But sometimes you need to say and be told that you're wrong. Because you need to be told that you're wrong.
I don't even know why.
Because at the end of the day, bro,
you don't got to prove
it's
nothing.
not really much of a debate, though. It's not really a debate. I don't know why y'all debating.
You don't got to prove nothing to nobody.
Bro, the exact words was crediting Murray for being as good as he is to the organization is wrong. It's wrong.
No, but I
think Murray's as good as he is because who he is, and the organization is part of that.
See, you're wrong again, Dub. You're wrong again, Dub.
But I think what Bobby been trying to say is because unlike most rookies who usually they play for a bad organization, so they are allowed to make mistakes on court and have to figure it out. Keegan Murray, on the other hand, is playing for a team that's actually competing to go to the playoffs. Like, they are a legitimate contender in the West. I'm not saying for a chip, but they're going to go to the playoffs. Yeah, they're going to not a championship.
I highly doubt you even watch Keegan Murray play in college, so you don't even know what he was playing like in college. Ron put me on Keegan Murray. Halfway through the season, I start checking Keegan Murray out, and I see the difference in how he's playing. So maybe you didn't know what some of the struggles Keegan was going through earlier this season. As you know, I've probably missed 3 Kings games this year. I've seen how he's playing the difference, and that is because Mike Brown is calling him out. I need you to be better, Keegan. And Keegan is being better. He's rebounding the ball. He's playing defense. Things that I know you don't value as basketball, but those are making him a better player.
You just
and
I'm not gonna lie, honestly,
because
bro,
it doesn't
honestly,
make you feel like you're right.
And I do like the culture change, Bobby, because like John Wall said it. Some of the shit like Jalen Green and KPJ do, they wouldn't be on a roster somewhere else. They can't do that shit.
Just because you don't understand it don't mean it's dumb. Just because you don't understand it don't mean it's dumb. Look in the mirror sometimes and talk to yourself.
Bro, you just saying some dumb shit, bro.
Have conversations with yourself, Doug.
That's schizophrenic. Isn't that schizophrenic?
No. It's
time to look in the mirror and face the music.
Like, bro.
Speaking lightning words to yourself, Dub. You gotta love yourself. You gotta love yourself. It's not all about being right.
Yo, is anybody gonna interrupt me before I start saying something? Because every time I keep trying to say something to Ox, everybody just starts talking. Because
I can't promise anything, Doug.
Because Bobby, what I'm saying was wrong with what you're saying is because Keegan Murray, I keep telling you this, Keegan Murray was going to be this. Maybe he wasn't going to be this quick, but Keegan Murray, he was even a dog coming out of college. Bro,
because
Keegan
he was
Murray
the fourth pick? That means that?
Keegan Murray was that guy. We're not going to sit here and act as if I would agree with you in a sense where, yes, part of you going to an organization is good, does help you out. But in my opinion, Keegan Murray was going to be this kind of guy, regardless if he was on the Kings or not. I think
let me debunk that, Doug. What happened when we drafted Ben McLemore a decade ago?
Oh my God! Not everybody's the same, bro. Not everybody's the same.
Okay,
like, what are you talking about, bro? You know what?
So what you're saying is just you just seen something in Keegan Murray back in college. You were like, you know what? That kid got what it takes. Doesn't matter what organization he's going to. He's going to get better and better and better, no matter what. If he doesn't,
Ben McLemore had a lot of hype. Ben McLemore had a lot of hype.
If he has nobody,
everybody thought he was going to be crazy coming out, Doug. People had high expectations for Ben McLemore, bro.
That doesn't even make any sense. What happened with Nick Stauskas? He came out of Michigan. Everybody was like, "Damn, the way that boy shoots the ball, he could do this, he could do that." Our organization was all fucked up. We drafted those two, McLemore and Nick Stauskas, Jimmer Fredette. A lot. I didn't think the boy was gonna be shit, but a lot of people did. So what are you saying?
Can you talk about who y'all drafted these people over? Or does it hurt to talk about that?
It does. Yeah,
Thomas Robinson. You remember Thomas Robinson?
Come on, Dub. These are
cousin
guys.
T-Rob went up
So
there
what,
and stank it up.
These are all lottery picks, Dub. So by you saying that just because these are lottery picks, you've seen these guys, they were going to be somebody? No. We've changed our organization around. We got Mike Brown. We got Doug Christie. We got a staff around these guys that can help mold them into players they need to be. And you're just trying to say that you knew he was going to be this good. So what happens if say the young boy that just got drafted to Houston, is it Jabari Smith or
Jabari Smith? Yeah,
Jabari Smith. So if he turns out to not be shit, are you going to say, "Oh, when he was at Auburn, I knew he wasn't going to be shit. I knew he was
nice as a he was
Come
nice
on, bro. What are you talking about? You're telling me that the organization doesn't matter? It doesn't matter where you get drafted?
I just agree with you, Bobby. Like, I agree with you multiple times, but you're picking on one point, and I'm saying him going to that organization does help. That's what I said. I even opened up with that. I'm saying the more of the reasonings on why he's as good as he is today is because of who he is. You agreed with me with that. So why the fuck are you going through this whole thing if you're gonna agree with me?
No, that's I did not necessarily agree with you. What I said was that you can't just say that it's just all about who you are, bro. It does matter. It does matter.
Listen, we agreed, Bobby. We agreed, so it's okay.
All right, we're getting off the merry-go-round. Leaf Diggy sent to Super Chat, said Utah is in the Western Conference Finals for the last time. First pick, Vic. KG Son with the Super Chat. The problem is Tibbs wants his best players on the court 40 minutes a night, even on back-to-backs. Hence why the fourth quarters look so bad. Hasn't Jalen Brunson played mad minutes? Like
he plays
like
so
multiple
many
40-minute games?
Bro, we got guys that are just wasting away on our bench. I don't understand it, yo. I ain't gonna lie. I love Tibbs and the identity, like defense matters. You got to be rugged and physical, but I personally think we should get a new coach. I'm not the biggest.
Is Thibodeau is he just like stubborn? Like, is he just stubborn as shit? Because he's been doing this since Chicago. He's been doing it since Derrick Rose, since he ran Derrick Rose into the ground. I'm saying, like you gotta know that your coaching staff changes, assistant coaches, trainers, the head of training with weights and stuff like that. And on top of that, you have people in the media and just other people that are your friends that would tell you certain things. I'm sure he's been told multiple times, "Yo, stop playing these boys 40 minutes a game." And yet he goes out there and hopes that the game goes into overtime so he can even play in more minutes. Like it just doesn't make sense, bro. Like,
no, it's embarrassing, bro. At the end of the day, like I say, I think the Knicks, regardless of what it looks like, Julius Randle could lead the East to double-doubles. I'm not blind to it. I ain't one of these like delusional fans that think, "Oh, we got a squad." Like, bro, our guys be dead tired. We can't finish close games against the freaking Raptors. I mean, ultimately, I think Tibbs got to go. You got a guy like Cam Reddish who has a NBA level game, and where's his development? He's on the bench just rotting away with all that skill. I just personally feel like Tibbs is not getting the most out of his guys. You can only play guys 40 minutes a night. You're rotating 6 guys, 7 guys max. In the NBA, when you play an 82-game season.
And 48 minutes, too.
Like, I get the playoffs. If you're in the playoffs, all right. Our best guys are going to play these long amounts of time. But golly, come on.
And also what's even crazier about that is, bro, it's like you're paying these other guys, too. So, like, now you're just shredding money. Oh, no, it just don't. Tibbs the type to, like, you got an important game the next day. Tibbs the type, like, you're playing the Celtics tomorrow, and he's the type to conduct a 3-hour practice the day before and have guys out there running suicides and stuff because they miss a shot or something like that. They miss an assignment. That's just weird vibes, bro. It's just weird.
I agree.
Gabe with the super chat. Bama doesn't seem to like logical reasoning. Injuries play a part in team success, and if you call that goalpost moving, then you're just dumb.
I ain't gonna lie, Gabe. That's been him. He can't help it. He got
No, it's not. It's not no CTE. It's just that you LeBron. You LeBron sexual.
You see? Do you understand? Instead of giving arguments, they say LeBron sexual. They deflect.
Bro, it's not arguments because
that shit that don't matter.
J-Rob though.
Y'all put up when they pull up LeBron in 2007. Even though the team contributed very well, he was carrying. You even bring up Bron sexuals even say he carried D Wade in the Miami Heat. He carried them, but when he stops carrying, it's okay. I swore it was a lot of games where D Wade had 40 points and 10 rebounds. But all right, we won't talk about that. We just gonna talk about because he was just hurt with his back throughout the year. So we'll just hang on there. You're right. LeBron carried it because you dig yourself even more of a hole. So he carried all of these teams, but when he stops carrying, they get to point that finger. They get to doing this right here. Everybody else, and they going in this whole.
The fact of the matter is, he did carry.
Ain't no logical.
If I would have at your Kobe Bryant, if I went at your Kobe Bryant and said, "Well, you had Shaq, and Shaq carried him, and did all this." Shaq was the most dominant player in the NBA, and Kobe Bryant had the most dominant player at his side, and that's your GOAT, Kobe Bryant. And I don't make no excuses. If Kobe, I don't make no excuses for that shit. You talking about?
Didn't they both average 30 that year? All right, we'll
like the video. Like the video.
Like the video and like the beam.
Hey, J-Rob, just quick question.
They both averaged 30 that year. He's going to
Bean was never was in the backpack. Only time he was getting carried was when he was in his mama's stomach. All right, and that was the only time he got carried. Speak for yourself, mama's stomach. That's it.
Yep. Okay.
J-Rob, I want to make sure that you like check out as a true Bronsexual. So, do you have LeBron, yes or no, as your phone background? Home screen or lock screen? Yes or no?
You're not finna call
okay, all right. Just can you please answer the question? Yes or no? Is he your lock screen or home screen?
It's my beautiful mother and me as a baby. That's my lock screen.
This is my
home screen. Home screen.
This is my lock screen.
My home screen is still my beautiful mother and myself as a baby.
Got you. Okay. What about the on your laptop?
My laptop is actually. I can
or your computer.
I can show you what's on my computer right now, actually.
And by the way, for those who want to know what I have as my home screen,
this is the background on my computer currently. If anybody wants to know,
Bean.
This is literally the background right here. The same exact thing.
J-Rob is still LeBron.
Okay. Now, is there a LeBron poster somewhere up there?
No.
Turn around. Turn around. We will be able to see that way. Is there a LeBron poster? Not that way. J-Rob, turn around. Behind your laptop. This way.
Oh, no,
this
no,
way.
no. Look. Nothing. Just wall, bro. Just wall. Nothing. Just nothing.
All right. He checks out. He might not be LeBron.
He's beating the allegations.
Bro,
I'm beating the allegations. Hey, yo. They put me on trial.
Yeah, they really
They got
did
the tramp. They got the tramp
pressing
stamp that
so
say chosen one on the back. That's what all the brothers say. They get that
You feel me?
chosen one. Akron. And they put Akron, Ohio on.
Loaded sent to super chat, said J-Rob, we got to see Juwan on Gridiron.
Yes, sir. We're gonna get him on there. In a few
Wait.
weeks,
Speaking of Gridiron, it's how ironic we got 3 Gridiron guys here. Does anybody want to talk about the infamous Gridiron Bowl that's coming up on, I think, February 11th? I think
the main event should be me versus Dub, bitch ass. Let's go.
Ooh,
and I'm calling you out, Dub. And I'm calling you out right
here.
You
lucky I like you because I don't like being called a bitch, motherfucker. You know I don't like that shit.
Yeah, you good. I got too much in the moment for a minute.
No, it's cool. I'm down for the main event, me and you. I'm down for the main event, me and you. Nah.
Well, yeah, let's do it. Me versus you, man.
I'm down.
Yeah,
so nobody want to see you on Fluent.
We don't want
none of you.
I don't want to see that. Yeah, we don't want none of you young niggas to go against Fluent, but that he ain't play with y'all.
Hey, I better leave Fluent alone.
Fluent might not even be allowed to battle. We can't have Fluent knock out anybody else for 3 weeks.
I'll face
Fluent. Don't y'all have
we still recovering.
We don't have to be gassing shit. I think we all know who got robbed there.
You still recovering from that shit.
Hey, or vice versa, Dub. We can't have Fluent up here stealing wins no more.
We're 7 likes away from 300 for
likes,
Bob
please?
to drop this list.
Are
Indoor
y'all
voices.
serious? We haven't got 300.
Like the beam.
Indoor voices like
that's
that
crazy.
shit.
They don't want the list. They don't want to. They don't want to
Indoor
hear.
voices sent a super chat said Dub just be chatting. I truly don't believe he'd watching basketball games. Bro is Pat Bev of PC, just running around doing nothing. What? That's crazy.
Like I said
Pat
before.
Bev is crazy.
Like I said before, I don't know a guy
boy-
who gets.
my boy
I don't
Dub
know
is
a guy who gets proven right damn near every fucking time I'm on the show. But again, I don't know basketball. I don't watch basketball.
All right, we-
J-Rob just said I was right 2 times already on the show.
You did. I did say that. My boy
Okay,
Dub is him.
so keep
my
that
boy
shit
Dub is
moving.
him.
Keep that shit
dog.
moving.
We
Thank you
hit
for the free money, bro.
we hit 300, so we're gonna get through these super chats and then we're gonna get this list from Bobby. Devon Williams, y'all capping CP3 really like that. Shout out to Dub.
He's like that, but is he like that over Steph Curry?
Stop.
No.
For what reason?
Stop.
No.
We're not going back. We're not going back.
doing this.
We're not going back. Logan Misiak. Anyone with a brain would say objectively that Luka's teammates are average and below average. What would their record be without Luka for a whole season, bro?
That's the same logic that they had last season.
Bro, come
Luka
on.
was
Spencer
missing games and they
Dinwiddie-
were winning games after he was.
They
getting
were better
hurt.
last
Spencer
year.
Dinwiddie is a below average player.
That's or average. Like,
Jalen
that's
Brunson
crazy.
is a below average player or average.
I mean, they don't have Jalen Brunson
Hey,
anymore.
everybody who be
Talking about last
talking
year,
hot in the chat, bro, pull up to open gym because I'll cook every single one of y'all motherfuckers, bro. Stop playing, bro. Like y'all be annoying. Y'all want to talk all that shit in the chat. Pull up to open gym, then it's got so much to talk about, bro. Like y'all be on some nut shit, bro.
Deshaun916 sent a super chat said, "If I'm the Clippers, I'll trade PG and Reggie for Ibaka and Drew Holiday."
Well, that would be a crazy trade.
Hey, I mean, yo,
Ibaka was two seasons younger.
Ibaka's
Paul George is
out of
better
the league.
than
hey, nah, for sure. But like Drew Holiday and Kawhi, I know Kawhi's going through his issues, but if Kawhi was healthy, like if it was Spurs Kawhi, all right, we got something to talk about. Drew Holiday and Kawhi, boy, that'd get ugly.
Yeah, but Serge just
He's out of the league,
seasons too
man.
late.
He's out of the league.
I mean, what about Bobby Portis? Would you
I
trade
like Bobby
PG for
Portis.
Bobby
But that's
Portis and Drew
not-
Holiday?
That's not fair.
Hell
That's
no.
not a fair
Hell
trade.
no. I'm not trading.
That's not a fair trade. You get Bobby Portis over there with Drew and Kawhi, bro. Y'all could kiss it goodbye.
Yo, I'm gonna keep it a buck though. I'm gonna keep it a bean.
You OD.
I
You
think-
dragged that ox. You dragged that ox.
And I've said it. You guys hype Paul George just quite a bit, but even more so just to him individually and all of that. You know they do have a better record without Paul George than they have with him.
He's been hurt most of the time.
That too.
Been
but
hurt
I'm
more.
saying,
Him and Kawhi been hurt more days than AD.
Yeah, for sure. But
who was they playing in
even,
those games too? I'm mad at you.
even when you compare the records without Kawhi, when it's just PG, and then when you compare the records when it's not Kawhi and it's
Ron,
only
just
PG.
tell me Paul George is overrated. That's what you want to say. Just say it.
I've already said that.
Yes.
You think Paul George is overrated?
Yes.
So where do you rate him?
heavily?
Where do you rate
I
him?
don't know.
I ain't gonna lie. My thing about this PG thing is with the overrated thing is like he's overrated because people think he's a top 10 player. I don't think anybody thinks he's a top 10 player.
Well, is he a small forward or a power forward? Or a shooting guard? He's a two. Okay, well, it's 5 2 guards I would take over Paul George.
That's it. That can't make you overrated if you're only taking 5 guys over him.
The reason why he's overrated is because cats will come up here and say he has the second, third biggest bag in the league, and then I say, well, what does that mean? What does it equate to? and then people get mad about me.
No, I don't think you're wrong for that. I mean,
matter of fact, he remind me of a homeless man just walking around with a big ass bag full of nothing for no reason.
All right, so you dragged it.
You could say somebody has a deep bag.
What about
you could say someone has a deep bag.
Kyrie Irving has the deepest bag in the NBA. He only got one.
So is he a social media shooting guard?
Chill out.
Hey,
Chill
give me-
out. No.
Hey, give me Sasa Vucic over Paul George.
My boy just said a social media.
Yeah, he's a social media shooting guard.
Yo, can we get this list?
Yeah, we're about to get this list, but I saw it earlier in the chat, and Jeremy just hit the command too to pull up the Discord. So while we're at it, make sure if you're not in the Discord, go join the Discord right now and go to the Player's Choice category and go straight to the poll and start voting for your panelists of the month, hosts of the month, and show of the month. We don't have the new shows that have just been added on this list yet because they got added in the middle of the month, and they'll be added for February's list. So that's why there's stuff that's missing. But next month, you'll be able to vote for that stuff. So make sure you go vote. because
don't vote for me.
we're getting close to the end of the month, and Ron is winning host of the month somehow. Like, what are we?
Some love. I need some some love.
What are we doing?
No love.
Alexa, play the Rocky theme song.
My vibes. I was hating on me the first two.
All right, Bob. Bob, let it. What are you about to? Bob, what are you about to tell us right now? What is this segment?
Man, so I've been waiting on this for quite some time, just putting together this list, slowly but surely. I don't want to disrespect anybody, so just wanted to make sure I did it correct. The list is players that I myself personally, if I were a coach, who I would want to run my shooting guard, combo guard instead of James Harden. So there's some guys on here that are obvious, some guys that you guys might not agree with. I would appreciate it if you guys let me get the list off before you crucify me. If you don't want to, by all means, I I understand, because sometimes people say shit that I can't let slide. So
but before you start, I just want to say one thing so I can be quiet during this whole thing. Mm-hmm. I can't wait for Dub to tear your ass up after this list. Ooh,
this list is respectful, bro. This is a respectful list. I don't think Dub's gonna have much of a problem with this. There's a couple.
I'm sure he's gonna find disrespect probably after like 5 or 6. I'm sure.
Who is this for? Who is this for?
Well, shit, Ron. My list. I think it's for James Harden, Dub. Ron, I think my list might have about 5 or 6 more people than your list had on it. So it gets close. It gets up in the mid 20s, I believe. I didn't count.
No,
JD, are you gonna put the list up or no? Just want me to just read them out?
No, because I feel like this is gonna be longer than Ron's list.
That's nice. I think it's.
We gotta establish the rules for the guys who's being voted on the Discord panelists of the month. You can't hold a campaign for yourself, and I think somebody
campaigning for myself.
I just looked at it.
Vote for J-Rob.
Not gonna lie.
I've been working my ass off.
I'm looking. I just checked the votings, and I see somebody who's up there that shouldn't be up there, and I'm like, there's no way. There's no way. I think you know who I'm talking about, Trent. He's all
Dub, we all family. We all family. Who is it?
I think Trent is. I think Trent is for sure campaigning.
Fire.
Oh, you're talking about. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
So JD, my list has 29 players.
That's messed up. Oh, sorry. Go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
JD, my list has 29 people. It's not insane.
Let me get this, bro. We got to show this. We have to show
come
this.
on.
Give me a second.
MGA, I see you. Vote Fluent or Bobby. Yes.
Vote J-Rob.
Yo,
that's a good stance.
It just got brought to my attention that Discord link is broken for the Stream Elements thing, so I'll fix that. But first, where's this? 2v2. Where the hell is it? Here it is. All right.
So AD's coming back tonight, huh?
Players taking over Harden.
Yo, Ron, play that theme music.
I don't really got none. So if I shave my shit off, bro, people not gonna really notice.
I'm just a brown shirt in the Player's Choice world, man. I'm just trying to be able to wear a jersey, bro. That's all, bro. Y'all ain't even got to vote.
Make sure y'all vote. Wait. Hold on. Make sure y'all vote for my dog Bama for that host, man. That's a W host right here.
I'm just trying to unlock to be able to buy a jersey from the.
I actually love the anime day. It's actually amazing.
Make sure y'all vote for my dog Bama. You feel me?
All right, when you're ready.
Okay, so this list is, combo guards. I tried to keep it more shooting guards, but this is my list. Y'all don't have to agree with it. If you do, thank you. If not, fuck you. Okay. So we obviously, I'm gonna start with some of the obvious guys. Number one is, none other than Michael Jordan, obviously. Number two, we're gonna go with that Black Mamba, Kobe Bean Bryant.
Shit, my bad.
Oh, it's all good. Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant. Then we go Manu Ginobili. I mean, obviously, that should have been number one.
I think y'all overrate Manu a little bit.
Come on.
I probably do. Manu Ginobili. I got Dwayne Wade.
It's not ridiculous.
I'm not mad at that.
Tracy McGrady.
That's not ridiculous.
All right,
Mind
so,
you, these
so
are
far,
players.
so
Mind
good.
you,
So
mind
far,
you,
so
these
good.
these are players that I want. These are players that I want. Over,
hey, so far
over
so good. I could get on board.
Tracy McGrady, Clyde Drexler,
All right.
that
Clyde.
that Georgetown Hoya, Allen Iverson,
Mm-hmm.
I like AI. Definitely like AI.
Ray Allen, Reggie Miller,
No way.
Miller time.
Jerry
No way.
West,
No fucking way.
The logo.
No
Oscar
fucking way.
Robinson,
Okay, yeah, I can give you that.
3-time All-NBA, 5-time All-Defense, 1989 Finals MVP, Joe Dumars. Then I'll also take Little Rock's very.
Dub, I get it. I get it.
Yo,
Dub.
J-Rob, these are players that I want over James Harden. These are players I want over James Harden. They don't have to be better. They don't have to be better. To you, Little Rock.
So far, every player's better.
Dub,
Yeah,
I get it. Dub, I'm starting to get it.
Little Rock's very own Sidney Moncrief.
Okay.
Give me Sam Jones. Give me the
Don't shake your head
Iceman.
at that, man.
Give me the Iceman George Gervin.
And no debating.
Give me Allen
Isn't
Houston.
he a 3?
He was a combo guard. He played a lot of two. Allen Houston. Give me Steve Smith.
I'm surprised. There's one name I haven't seen here that I'm really surprised.
Give me Mitch Richmond.
I misspelled Allen Houston. My bad.
If you put Gary Payton, you're lying.
I kept GP out of this more of a point guard position. Give me Mitch Richmond. I take Vince Carter.
Yeah.
Right.
St. Augustine High School's very own Kerry Kittles.
Yo, J-Rob.
Is this how?
I don't care if
Vince
this is
Carter
who
a
he picked.
trash. Vince Carter a
he's
trash.
Give me
Trash
John.
Harden.
Give me John Stockton.
Wait, John Stockton.
I mean, my fault. John Starks. I'm sorry.
Whoops.
You think he's spitting right now, huh, Ron? He's spitting right now.
Give me
For the
John
most part,
Starks.
it's a couple names I say no to, but for the most part,
Give me Latrell Sprewell.
Ron.
Spitting.
Ron.
He's spitting
Ron.
Latrell.
He's not spitting fire,
He's spitting
bro.
with Latrell.
He's dragging.
Latrell,
bro.
Alabama legend right there.
I understand.
Alabama legend.
This is your opinion. Ox, I understand this is your opinion.
The Sprewell kicks, those wheels still spinning.
And Sprewell kicks was better than any of them weak ass shoes James Harden wore.
Not better than Harden though.
Those kicks were crazy. Sorry, go ahead. 23. 23
You got
guys.
Dominique on this list? Is Lucas on this list?
He better be.
I don't got Dominique just because he was.
Dominique's not on this list. Well, Latrell Sprewell and John Starks on this list, bro.
Relax. Because he did.
Relax.
Dominique did play more of a. He did. I would take Dominique, but he played more of a small forward. Where some of these guys played small forward and shooting guard as well. Dominique was a little too big for me to put him on the list. You know what I'm saying? Now
Okay.
I'll
give you that.
I have no problem. I have no problem adding him to this list. You know what I'm saying? I will if you want me to. No problem at all.
Dominique should be on this. In my opinion, Dominique should be on this list, bro.
Okay, well, take Kyle Korver. Why is Kyle Korver on this list?
Come on, bro. Take Kyle Korver off, bro.
Nah, Dub Korver.
You know what I'm saying?
Wild
That gotta be
Warver.
a joke,
Put him up
Kyle
there.
Korver?
Wild Warver.
get him out of here. Okay, so I got
I haven't
Latrell.
seen no
Give me Chris.
Klay Thompson.
Hold on, bro. Give me
bad,
Chris
my bad.
Mullins. So then I'll start playing. I'll start going with players that are in the NBA right now. Give me B-Rad Bill. Give me Jalen Brown. Give me Russell Westbrook. I'll take PG.
Russell Westbrook
Yeah, we talked about this before. I got to take Russ over James Harden
as
give
a
me
shooting guard.
Just as a basketball player. Give me Paul George. And these ones that's not last but not least, give me Steph Curry. And give me the man out of Santa Margarita High School that came to the Arco Arena and kicked our ass in the state championship, gave us 35 and broke the shooting record in the state, Mr. Klay Thompson.
James Harden number 30.
And you know what? Just to make it number 30, go ahead. I like what you're talking about, Jay Black. Give me Brandon Roy.
That's what I'm talking about. Now that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So I probably missed a couple of players, some of the old school players I wanted to add, like Craig Elo, but I didn't want to set the internet on fire. So we'll just keep
brother, believe me, it's set.
Yeah, right. Yeah. That
I don't think this list was crazy at all. I don't think this is too. I don't think it's egregious, disrespectful, or anything like that. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say about it.
That was crazy. That was crazy disrespect to Harden, but all right.
You think
Crazy
so?
disrespect. OD, actually. I think that was OD disrespect to Harden, bro.
You know what's so
OD.
funny? The old heads
that
do this a
wasn't-
lot. The old heads
I think this is why and I'm always trying to be on the middle of this shit, Ox, because I do agree that I don't like how far Mars, Lowe, and company and Dub go when they disrespect the older generation. Because I do think you got to respect your elders and what they did for the game. But then I also look at you make a list like this, and then I can see why they be so damn frustrated.
Chris Childs. I forgot Chris Childs. God
Chris
damn,
Childs. Like you're lying, bro.
I swear to God, I wanted Chris Childs. I said Chris Childs. I said Chris Childs months ago when we were talking about this too.
Chris Childs is you would take Chris Childs over James Harden.
It's okay. He's not.
What about Richard Hamilton?
Oh shit.
Rip Hamilton.
See, I don't want to go to.
This is why the old.
Dang, Bobby, you've been on this list for like a month, and maybe we rushed it.
I get it, dog.
Yeah, you're definitely right. Because I probably should have put Jeff Hornacek on that list too.
This is why the old heads get as much hate as they do, because for some reason it's okay for them to disrespect players of this generation. But then when we talk about their favorite players, it's not okay. Just because they're older, they can disrespect.
I didn't say these players were better than James Harden.
Even if you said you would pick them over,
did I say that?
This was so disrespectful.
I don't like the way. No, I called Kevin Durant a bitch. I said Joel Embiid was a bum.
You think James Harden is trash too?
Look, Dub. I didn't say that these players were better than James Harden. I said these are players that I prefer over James Harden. These are players that I would like to. I would rather have on my team if I was a GM or the coach. I didn't say that he was that they were better skill wise, or that they don't shoot. I didn't say they shoot better step back threes or travel back threes than James Harden. I didn't say that. I didn't say any of those. Those words never came out of my mouth. I just said this is the list of guys that I would rather have over James Harden if I was starting an organization. And it's only 30 players out of the thousands that have been in the NBA.
You would never GM my team. You would never GM.
I'm not. Hey, look, J-Rob.
Mayo.
You're gonna tell me that he's gonna tell me
on,
he's gonna look at me. I'm the owner of this franchise, and this guy is going to look at me and say, "Honestly, John, I know James Harden is here for the taking, but I'm going to take Joe Dumars." Get the fuck out of here.
That's not crazy,
Well,
bro.
look, you're not going to win with James Harden. You might as well get Joe.
Ron, that's crazy, bro.
You're not going to win with James Harden.
At his absolute best was never James Harden. Come on, bro.
Shit, bro. Hey, look, J-Rob, I could have made this list. I could have put 75 players on this list, J-Rob. J-Rob, I could have put 75 players on this list, and I kept it as respectful as I could.
What have you been picking? 75 guards or 75 players?
75 guards. I could have put on this list, and I kept it respectful. Because I'm a respectful cat like that. I don't believe in just coming on here and just being disrespectful. I said players that I like over James Harden, and I respect your basketball mind, J. Rob. I don't respect the notes. I respect your basketball mind. So I don't understand why this is so far fetched.
Because, bro, I could have put some of the guys you put on that list were never asked at any point in their career to be what Harden was asked to be.
That's not my point. That's not my point.
I don't think so either. Because you got to see these players at their best. I think a lot of these players on this list, especially guys like Manu Ginobili, could have been asked to be the number one on the team. They had the luxury to have other players on their team that they didn't have to do that. A lot of people low rate players because they didn't have to be the number one. I personally think it's a blessing and a luxury to have other ballers on my team. I would much rather play with better players and be able to enjoy winning and having
a less stressful life, and maybe lose a couple of dollars in the process, but be happy, take care of my family, and win some basketball games. I don't care about all that. Oh yeah, I average this, I average that, but I kept getting my ass kicked. I would much rather be the number 2 on the winning team than the number 1 on the losing team.
I'd rather be Eli Manning than Aaron Rodgers any day of the week. I could feel that. I could feel you on that.
Well, you know what though?
But bro, I think you dragged it a little bit with this list, just because in terms of just the talent. Like even if you ask, I'd say you were pairing, this list was the guys you would pair with another superstar. The way Harden is as a facilitator, able to shoot, playmaker, I'm saying at his absolute best. I think you would pair him better than a lot of guys you got on that list. You could pair him; he does more, bro. I don't think he may be in the defender as some of the guys on that list, and I won't discredit that. But the playmaking and the offense, come on, bro. I think the fact that you have a list of that many guys at the guard position that you would personally take, I'm not saying you're saying they're better, that you would personally take, I'm like, bro, like, I get it. You've watched more basketball than me.
I had to cut my list down. I had to cut my list down, J-Rob.
How big, bro? What do you mean, though? Like, I just gotta understand.
I hate watching James Harden play basketball. I hate everything about his game.
It's a terrible brand of basketball, J-Rob. Terrible brand.
His defense, whack. His effort, whack. You know what I'm saying? His coachability, whack. I'm Titus. You know what I'm saying? I hate that shit, bro. I hate watching him play basketball.
Okay, I can understand that, bro. As a competitor, bro, I can get that. That may not be what I mean. My boy John Wall said he came to, he's about to team up with James, and he said he was on the plane about to go chill out with little baby. So I get it. But those guys are not all better than him, bro. Dennis Rodman.
He already told you that they're not.
Dennis Rodman going to the strip club doing cocaine and Michael Jordan was picking him up off the floor as is.
Hey, fly ass beard. I wish I could grow one. Maybe that's what it is. I think I'm hating on his beard or something because I can't do that shit. But you know what I'm saying?
Hey, like, trust me. It's overrated. It's not all that in person.
Can somebody put a poll?
It's like an Instagram model. You see her in person, you like,
is Joe Dumars better than James Harden? Can we put a poll in the chat?
Bro, but Bobby already told you.
Don't do that, Bobby already told you. You know what the chat gonna say.
Bobby already told you that the
list
wasn't necessarily better.
Are caping for Joe Dumars. That's what I really want to see. Because maybe,
bro, we know it's going to be 85% to 15.
We got 582 people. There's probably an age range from 18 to 60.
Then there might be 580. This might be a 98 to 2%.
There's 30 people in here that even know who Joe Dumars is.
30? There's 589 people in here. There's probably 580 people who don't know who Joe Dumars is.
I know Joe Dumars for one thing, bro. And it's the biggest accomplishment of his life. With that playoff game against Jordan when he was giving it to him. And everybody talk about Joe Dumars.
He got the 89 Finals MVP.
Okay.
I hate that dumbass logic. That too. Those are his moments.
What dumbass logic, Dub?
You talking about just because even because let's say if I had hold up. Let's say if I had to take about Joe Dumars, Bob, you would be like, well, you didn't watch him play, so I wouldn't expect you to.
I never say that.
No. You've done it before. You have done that numerous times before.
I say that you never played, so you wouldn't understand.
You said play. I don't believe. Watch it. That's that. I've heard you say it numerous times. The point where I'm trying to make, we could sit here and watch the game. I don't have to play basketball. I didn't have to sit here and watch it back then. I could go back and see what he did, see what he did in his time. There's tons of footage that you could just go back on. YouTube is free. I've watched Joe Dumars. We know who Joe Dumars is. He's not on the same level of James Harden. Nor will he ever be on the same level of James Harden. He was on.
Nobody should ever want to be on that level. Just run around, traveling, jumping back 5 times, throwing shit up, and then not. Yeah. But look, okay. And with that being said, I look at Allen Iverson just like I said before about. Well, look, just like I said about Russ and James Harden, I have to rank them as the same because they didn't really do shit but just get a bunch of buckets. Allen Iverson's the same one, but if I had to choose between them,
more than James Harden, he was partying.
I think Allen Iverson competed. He competed. Shit, he competed, and that's not it. I'm talking about. I don't talk about him going to strip clubs. I like that shit. If I'm in the NBA, I'm at the strip club after every.
But you just said the way he played.
He competed on the defensive end. The best team of all time.
Look, J-Rob. He wasn't. He competed. He competed on the defensive end. Allen Iverson at least didn't just stand there and watch people go by him. When Kobe was beating their ass, he at least tried to guard Kobe. He at least tried to do something. He put forth a much better effort effort. He wasn't no bitch ass prima donna and just want to complain and be like, oh well, I mean, shit, I scored 35. I don't have to. Yeah, Dub, that means
He also
something.
scored
No, that's
35,
not-
but he put up
no, that's
35
not
with
the
another
point.
10
You
assists.
literally just said-
This social
35
media
with 10
bullshit
assists, bro.
is
You
nonsense,
just proved my
bro.
point again. You called
No,
him
I
a
didn't.
bitch-ass prima donna.
I've never proved one of your points ever in my
Disrespecting
life,
James
Dub.
Harden.
I've
God
never
forbid-
ever proved one
God
of your
forbid
points.
I talk about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and all I
Never,
say is
because
that
that's
all I
Kareem. That's
say,
different.
all I say,
James
all
Harden,
I
don't
say,
speak to him in
all
the
I
same
say, all I
sentence.
say that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Boy, you don't even speak about Kareem
Hold on.
Abdul-Jabbar anymore.
All
You
I
can't even
say-
say his name no more. Don't say his name.
All I say about Kareem
Oh.
Abdul-Jabbar, he's not gonna dominate in the same way he did in the '70s that he would in today's day. But I'm
No,
just
that's
being
not what you just said. That's not what
That's
you
all
said.
I say. But I'm
What'd you
being
say? Yes, what'd you say the other
disrespectful.
day
You
on
literally
on
just said
on
James
the
Harden.
show?
You really just said James Harden is a bitch ass prima donna. But
No,
I'm
I
the
said
person being
I said
disrespectful.
Allen
I'm the
Iverson.
person being
I said
disrespectful.
Allen Iverson.
How
If you're
am I
gonna
the
quote me,
person
if you're
being
gonna quote me right. I said Allen Iverson is not a bitch ass prima donna. You took it as James Harden is a bitch ass prima
That's you
donna.
implying that
Why?
James Harden
Because he
is. What are you
a bitch
talking
ass
about?
prima donna.
You call KD a bitch then.
Because
Please
he
say
is.
not James Harden. KD then.
Because he is.
How is that not
I
being
just-
more
Because he
disrespectful? How is that
he
not
Yo,
being-
Bobby,
How is that
I just
not
want to know
being
what
more
this has to do with
disrespectful than what I
Bobby.
said?
I want to know what this has to do with
What are
Joe
you talking
Dumars,
about,
bro.
bro?
And
Hey,
Harden, bro.
What are you talking
Dub
about?
got me on. Dub got me on
Nah,
this
bro,
shit.
what are you talking
Dub got
about,
me
bro?
on this shit.
Because you are
Dub
tripping
got
a
me
little
on
bit,
this
bro.
shit,
I say
J-Rob.
You are tripping, bro.
He
You are
said
tripping a little
respect
bit.
from
Like Bobby,
bro.
like you talking about Joe Dumars winning MVP. Andre Iguodala got a Finals MVP, bro.
Yeah, and I wanted to put Andre. Look, if you
Andre
see my
Iguodala-
original list,
Andre
Andre
Iguodala is not a
Iguodala
better
is
player
on
than
there.
Andre Iguodala is not a better player than James Harden, bro.
All
You
right,
think
bro.
Andre Iguodala
That's
is a better
fine.
player?
This
You would
list
take
isn't about
Andre
who's better,
Iguodala
J-Rob.
over. You would take in your world. In
J-Rob,
Bobby's world,
did you
you're taking-
forget? Did you forget what the
Your
list is
list,
about?
on your list, yes, on your list, you would take
He said yes.
Andre Iguodala. You're telling me you're going to take Andre Iguodala over James Harden?
I would rather have somebody that's gonna come out and compete, J-Rob. Yes, I want somebody that's gonna come out and
So
compete.
what was James Harden out there doing when he was busting ass 35?
Traveling and flopping.
All right. Let's get on to the
He
next
he traveled his
All right.
way into a flop
Look,
every possession.
this
Hey, the boy can shoot some damn free throws,
Kareem
though.
was going against cokeheads. Let's go.
We got some
Yeah,
super
and
chats.
busting their ass.
Football breakdown with the super chat said, "I cooked low differently. Remember, Braun not top 20." Rookie.
That was
Rookie
funny.
in the
That was real
Violet
funny.
Hour. How much does injuries hinder rating a player?
Nah,
How
not
much is
C-Bug.
being an Iron Man in the moments that count overshadow pure skill in the conversations?
Can I answer this?
Yeah, go ahead.
Chris Paul. If Chris Paul
Can
didn't
I
get
answer
hurt,
this?
yeah, go ahead.
I don't
If
know.
Chris Paul didn't get hurt in crucial moments of his career, the whole trajectory of his career would be vastly different from what everybody sees.
I think that's a little different than because I'm looking at this super
What's the
chat like
question
a
again? Can I
Grant
look at the
Hill,
question
a
again?
Brandon Roy, like guys who got their careers cut short, not necessarily guys who got hurt in it potentially like they just didn't get across the finish line. Because
I look at it like
Chris
that.
Paul's been in the league for
How
so
much
long
did
that
an
you
Iron
can
Man
properly
in the
rank him ring or not.
He
To
said
me,
how
I
much.
don't think you can overrank somebody because of being an Iron Man. Like I don't think because somebody played longer, you should discredit them because you thought somebody may be more skilled, but just because they got hurt. Like the best ability is availability, bro. We got to see these motherfuckers play. Some guys we just did not get to see play. Cut short. You can't be on the all-time list if you only played 3-4 years, in my opinion.
The point that he was talking about, he asked this question. He says, how much does injuries hinder rating a player? For example, LeBron James in 2015, he lost Kyrie Irving, he lost Kevin Love, and they got hurt, and then he didn't win a ring. If he won that ring, the narratives for LeBron James would be greater than what it is today.
Oh, so we're not
KD,
talking about the injury of this specific player. I thought we were talking about the injury of the player.
We're talking about injury. I'm talking about injuries in general and how it contributes to rating any type of player in whatever
I see what you're
scenario.
saying. Yeah.
Like KD losing to Giannis Antetokounmpo in 2021. If Giannis does not win that series and go ahead to win the finals, the trajectory of his career changes dramatically. Because if James Harden and Kyrie Irving is there, they most likely don't win that. The narratives of Giannis being the best in the world, the narratives of Giannis potentially being the second or third best power forward ever in NBA history dramatically changed.
So he sent a clarifying super chat. Said the previous question based on Kawhi and PG.
Kawhi and PG is a perfect example. In 2021, they had a very good chance of winning in the 2021 NBA season. Because they didn't win, the trajectory of their careers is vastly different from what it should have been.
I would, yeah.
I agree with that too.
I would
I
say
agree with
that. I would say that injuries definitely like hinder rating them because you can't necessarily tell like what else would have been. Like, because there's guys who maybe they got injured and they weren't where they could have made and they could have been way better. And then there's guys like a Brandon Roy who you're like, this guy's looking like he's going to be elite for a long time. A Grant Hill.
I don't look at it like that. If injuries happen that either benefit or negatively affect somebody's career, I'm going to take that into account.
Like Derrick Rose.
No,
it's not even
Derrick Rose. Like, it's everybody. It happens with everybody.
There's something that Mars said I just want to ask about. He put in the chat. Said it's so funny that someone can be viewed as better because they won in a team sport.
Yeah, that's Mars.
I don't understand. So is it if you win with a team sport, you can't be better than somebody because of the winning? Like I don't understand. Like I don't understand that. It's just based only because the team was good. Did y'all win? Like there's always a player on the team that is elevating that team. No?
Every
yeah, but then it's also players that hold teams back. It's also players that you can't win because they don't play. Do you see what I'm saying? They don't play in a winning manner or in a style of play that's conducive.
I agree with that. No, Dub, you may not agree with that, but they're right.
One bad apple spoils the whole bunch. We've been hearing that since we was in Pampers.
What you guys are talking about,
that point pertains to Dumars. Mars, I agree with that. Dumars not better.
What you're talking about is cases that really doesn't happen that often. Like there's a few scenarios where yes, that point is correct, but majority of the times, LeBron James, Michael Jordan, all of them needed a supreme supporting cast in order to win chips. Kevin Garnett needed a supreme supporting cast. Kareem, Magic Johnson needed a supreme supporting cast in order to win. There's not been a lot of players who didn't have a supreme supporting cast that won championships.
Yeah, but those
teams
were elevated by their best player, Kobe Bryant and Lakers.
Look at all those supreme supporting casts.
Those teams were elevated by their best player.
Oh my God! LeBron took us to a
fact.
No. But
even Iverson went to Sixers when they went to the finals. Iverson elevated that Sixers.
You're missing the point. But the idea is that we're saying is if the best of the best of the best of the players needs a supreme supporting cast in order to win rings, why is it that we knock guys who aren't even on those guys' level? We knock guys for not winning when one, they probably didn't have as good of a supporting cast as LeBron James or Michael Jordan, but we're still crucifying those guys who are worse players than them. I don't understand that way.
We knock them for winning because the point of the sport is to win. And that's what it all matters to when it comes to like
the sport in a team sport.
Even in a team sport, the goal is to win.
The goal is yes, a team sport and the goal is to win. But we can all agree that even in football, you know how crucial it is playing on the football field. That's something that goes all the way up from your coaching, all the way down to your role players as well, right?
Mars, I know you're not on the show, but Mars, I personally disagree with that,
bro. This is what it boils down to. If we got two great players, how do we separate
the two players? Find ways to win.
We gonna keep it basketball. If we both, Ron and JD is both averaging 30, and they do that shit for 10 straight years, how do we choose whether I want to get Ron over JD? We have to go with their respective teams. If Ron averaged 30 for 10 straight years and got me 3 championships, regardless of whatever situation you want to say, had this dude over here, he had Bob for 3 years. If Ron won me 3 rings and JD only got me 1, but they both averaged 30 now, I'm going to have to go with Ron based off of assuming the impact of his 30 points resulted in more rings. So that's what we go off of. That's why we say Tom Brady should go. That's why you're starting to put Patrick Mahomes top 5 because he had 4 appearances in the AFC Championship. Right. He just didn't get it with just his talent alone. He had his talent along with the success of his team, the impact he was able to string along with showing you how great he was. But he also had another impact. That's what we specifically talk about. That's why I say don't bring up those lesser players.
But Bammy, you can't.
Yeah, I don't think we should bring up lesser players when we're talking about great ones.
Bro, you guys can't objectively look like take NBA out of it. Go to an open gym, an open room. You can't objectively look at basketball players and say that guy is clearly better than this guy, even if they're getting knocked off the floor. If they get knocked off the floor, you're looking at it like that guy just had a shittier team.
No, JD, if I looked at you, I'm not picking you up.
That's fine.
Look like a nerd. But
bro,
you probably will go out there and shoot the lights out the ball, no? You go out there and shoot the lights out the ball, right?
But
How would I know that? How would I know that?
Because you watch. I'm talking about when you're watching them play basketball. You could tell. You could tell.
He's a nerd. You really know. But then he goes out there and shoots the shit out of the ball. Like,
J-Rob, I just got back.
No, I'm not disrespectful. I'm just
on
saying
Thursday.
you are nice, but nobody would know you're nice if they just looked at you.
But that's what I'm talking about.
Watch him play.
That's why I'm
sorry, guys.
It's not racist, bro. Don't even do that. I hate.
Racist,
but they're morons. That has nothing to do. No, bro.
Yo,
I look at myself and I'm like, I ain't picking it. Come on.
But if you watch a guy play though,
you brought up Patrick Mahomes.
If I watch you play and shoot, I'm picking you up.
You brought up Patrick Mahomes. You brought up Tom Brady. You brought up all these guys, right? We could also acknowledge the fact that Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, Magic Johnson, Kareem, Chris Paul, when they won, I mean not Chris Paul, Stephen Curry, when they won, they had a supreme supporting cast on their roster, correct? Yes? Yes. So let's stay right there. So in a team sport, I see your point where we can't build these narratives unless they win. I think that that's just a wrong way of looking at it, especially in a team environment. Because Patrick Mahomes, when he lost his offensive line against the Chiefs team, they got trashed. They were getting messed up. I didn't look at Patrick Mahomes any less than who he was because I realized that the offensive line was not there. He was running for his life. That's the standard I'm holding it to. There's so many moving pieces to a team that contributes to them winning. So the blind assumption of just because this guy won more, he's automatically better than player B. I don't like going with that because that's the wrong way of viewing things.
I agree.
I think that I could agree with that in a sense of like obviously if there's something catastrophic that happens, right? Like at one point maybe people were debating that Kawhi Leonard was as good or better than KD because of what happened with Toronto, right? Yep. But everybody knows that if Kevin Durant doesn't blow his Achilles and Klay doesn't get hurt, they probably win. So I could agree with you with that point. But
you would view Kawhi Leonard in the same way, right? You would view Kawhi Leonard the same way in 2019 if he won or lost.
I would whether he won that ring or not, he was not better than KD to me. At no point, ring or not. But I do say this: if you're comparing guys that are on the same level, same stratosphere, and they do have competent teams, and one falls short of the other, but both guys are averaging the same amount, but the teams are all competent. Because at the end of the day, no team is perfect. Every team, even the ones that have won championships, they had something that they weren't really phenomenal at. They were just able to mask it entirely to get a championship. So no team is perfect. But my thing is, I think what Bama's point was, me and you can both average 30. But how impactful is my 30? Because if my 30 is 7 for 20, and the other points is coming from the free throw line, maybe that's not as conducive to winning, bro. But if my 30 is, maybe 12 17, and it's, I'm adding my assists and my plus minus inside, because some people get 30 and they plus minus be plus 2. How you have a 30-point game and you're plus minus?
Hold up, Jay. Can I say something real quick? Because Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, for example, you talk about guys we're talking about Kareem, Hakeem Olajuwon,
same stratosphere, yes,
and same stratosphere. None of apart from like Shaq, Hakeem, Tim Duncan, not even Shaq didn't have the type of pieces that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar had at all. So I can't even compare those guys like that. I just got to go off of what they did. So to me, in my opinion, it's vastly more impressive for me that a guy like Tim Duncan, Hakeem Olajuwon, Shaquille O'Neal did one in their realm with a less supporting cast than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar had. Shaq, and but apart from Shaq where he left, Hakeem, Tim Duncan didn't have the benefit of being the age to age gracefully out of the league and still be in a winning team because he had a Magic Johnson on the right side of him. They didn't have that benefit. So that's why I say to sit here and harp on the fact that Kareem won 5 rings, so that therefore he's definitely better than Hakeem, Shaquille O'Neal, and Tim Duncan. It's just not a good way of viewing things. Especially when I consider the fact that they did damn near just as much as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar did.
I could agree with that. Because I do think if you start nitpicking to the point where guys are better just because they won more championships and it's only like 1 or 2, like one guy won 3, the other guy won 4, then I think you're nitpicking in that regard. But I do think we're talking about players who have not done anything, won one ring, or have had
James
one
Harden and Chris Paul are frauds.
The last thing I'll say, and then we're gonna move on to the rest of these super chats, is in the context of like what Bam is saying, with like this guy's scoring 30, this guy's scoring 30, and you're talking about is this conducive to winning? Like when you look at somebody like a Russell Westbrook, you can obviously look at somebody who's scoring when he was scoring 30, or however many points he was scoring, but he was one of the top, whatever, 5-10 scorers in the league at one point in his career. You could look at that, and you could look at somebody who's probably averaging less points than him, but you would objectively be able to tell like who is a better basketball player than him. So that's that's where we get like to the when we're talking about the context of like if this guy's scoring more, it's more conducive to winning. Blah blah. Like yes, we can grasp that concept, but like there's so many other factors that you have to take into account of like what are they surrounded by, and like just the culture, whatever.
Right.
But
right.
I think you can objectively look at a player and say this player is better, whether they win or they lose. All right, moving on. Sorry, kept that one up there. Angels teams I would take over sack every other 29 teams.
I can name about 10. I can name about 10.
Yeah, it's
10 over sack.
You know how it get when players love somebody so much. Like who was that? Whoever that guy was, I didn't get to read it. No disrespect, but I just didn't see who sent it. But guys like that, they love and idolize a fella so much that they just can't, listen to somebody else not dick ride them the same way.
Got you. I think we could pick Boston, Philadelphia Sixers, Milwaukee Bucks, Brooklyn Nets, Cleveland Cavaliers, Miami Heat, the Denver Nuggets.
Cleveland. We beat their ass twice this year. They don't want
it. Cleveland Cavaliers still. Denver Nuggets,
Cavs
Memphis
are phony.
Grizzlies.
Stop
Memphis
saying that,
Grizzlies.
JD.
Memphis Grizzlies, the New Orleans Pelicans, the Golden State Warriors, and even the Dallas Mavericks.
You lost me with the Mavericks.
Where you lost
but
me.
the
I named you 11.
Ones,
I named you 11.
The other ones I can get behind that. I can get behind that for sure. I might even add a couple in there. But
not loafing. Gonna put Jimmy Butler on the list too.
That's a fact. My bad, Jimmy Buckets. I forgot about you, brother. But you definitely deserve to be on that list.
John Vaughn liking Russ's game more than Harden's is crazy. SMH.
They're both
Crazy,
bullshit
bro.
games, but like
Elder Rufus. See y'all Monday. Got something special for PC community. LOL. Yeah, let's get it.
Elder Rufus shaking his comments up. Man, here funking.
Turn up, Elder.
Before we get out of here, I want to talk really quick because we have the Golden State Warriors and the Memphis Grizzlies playing tonight. First of all, who does everyone have in this matchup?
The Warriors.
Grizzlies.
Warriors, they're at home.
Oh yeah, I'm picking the Warriors over the Grizzlies every time.
Yeah, every time.
This is gonna
got
be
my
tough
young
because
boys.
I'm actually starting to like not become a fan of the Grizzlies, JD. They're actually starting to get on my nerves.
I love the Grizzlies. I love the Grizzlies.
Actually, I don't care. I don't care about what the Grizzlies doing because they bringing that old school.
I like that. I like the attitude they bring. Don't get me wrong. I like the physicality, but I don't like I personally don't like their post games and the Twitter and shit. Like I like it on the court. Like on the court, I like it.
Oh, I
but
got
I think
you.
when they take it off the court and they be talking like, y'all have never won a championship. I've never been to a Western Conference Finals. Y'all have not done nothing in that city to talk the way that y'all talk. And this whole idea that they are in a rivalry with the Warriors. No, they are not. A rivalry means two teams is winning. If one side has dominated the matchup, how is this a rivalry?
If anything,
I just don't understand it.
I agree with you, J-Rob. It's not a rivalry, but the tension. The tension is what makes it. There's a storyline. There's no rivalry. There's a storyline.
Thank you. There's a storyline and it's good drama, but it's not a real rivalry.
It's not a rivalry.
Was the Boston Celtics a rivalry with Miami Heat when the Heatles was there?
Yes, because you had two.
That lasted for several years, didn't it?
But that lasted for years. And teams were actually going to finals and stuff.
Yeah.
Like this had playoff implications. The Grizzlies.
Boston never went to the finals.
You could say the Grizzlies.
Well, that rivalry dub was built before
that
LeBron
built
even got
off
there.
LeBron. That was built off LeBron in Cleveland. It was really Bron versus the Celtics, not really the Heat.
Why? What about the Pacers in Miami? What about the Pacers in Miami?
Now it's not a real rivalry.
What about the Pacers and the Bulls in the late 90s?
Matchups in the playoffs, bro. Those were.
What about the late 90s?
Pacers and the Bulls? Pacers and the Bulls, were they a real rivalry?
Yeah, that.
So
look,
I think
this
it's a rivalry.
my,
I think
this my
I think real rivalry was like the Pistons and the Bulls. That was a real rivalry to me.
But this my thing though, J. Rob. How if you have to, in order for you to be able to talk some shit, if you have to win a championship in order to talk shit, then it's kind of like, well, everybody shut up then. Like,
No, but it's not about.
Like
it's not
only
about,
only
it's
a couple
just,
players are winning these rings.
But if you talk like you've won it already, like they talk like. My issue is they talk like we supposed to know who they are because they're the Grizzlies. I don't know who they are.
We know who they are.
You should know who they are.
No, we don't.
They're not. Now, look, I agree with you, J-Rob. I agree with you, but at the same time, we know who they are.
We know who they are as a basketball team on a black and white surface level. For sure, we know. But they have not done nothing, is my point. Their crowning achievement is knocking the Warriors out of the play-in tournament.
Yeah. Well, look, as long as the Grizzlies keep that same energy, as long as they keep that same energy when they lose, if they lose,
they don't keep that same energy. I don't want to. As long as you listen to Dylan Brooks when he speaks after a basketball game, do he sound like he keep the same energy when he lose? Hell no.
I don't really pay too much attention to Dylan.
Yo, watch some of these guys post-game scrum, bro. Post-game scrum to me is the best way to know how some of these dudes are, because they really tell you how they feel. It's post-game, it's right after, so they still a little bit emotional and adrenaline is still going after the game. So they're going to talk how they feel. Bro, this like I like the Grizzlies, think they're a great team, talented, have all these capabilities. They're not a rivalry, and we need to stop acting like there's some foregone conclusion to go to the finals every year, because they've never been that. They have not shown us that they are that now.
I agree.
I
agree.
Nasty.
But
But
my thing is, come talk your shit.
The Boston Celtics.
My thing is, come talk your shit.
We all consider them a team that could be contending for the finals, though.
No, talk your shit, Ron. Talk your shit. But stop. But after the game's over, why are you still going?
That's the new age. It's new age. It's social media age.
But y'all not doing shit.
Nah, they doing something.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie though.
I'm about to start talking shit to J-Rob after this. Not even gonna hold you.
It's not the same.
Twitter.
Nah, it's the same. That's the same.
J-Rob. See,
I'm
the
not
thing
gonna
is,
argue with you.
Draymond Green, cats like Draymond Green are real good at making it seem like we don't know who they are. He trying to act like Mariah Carey, like I don't know them. You know who they are. He wanted Draymond want to play like they don't be coming, they don't be bringing the ruckus. Them boys come to town and they bring the ruckus. And Draymond,
that's why I say talking shit.
And they know it. And Clay, look, just like how Devin Booker had Clay shaking in the shorts that day. Dylan Brooks, Desmond Bain, John Morant, Jaren Jackson.
And then what happened? Klay Thompson hit a three in Dylan Brooks' face. He fell to the ground, and Klay Thompson looked at Dylan Brooks and said, 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's the greatness. That's the greatness of Klay Thompson. And as long as my thing is when stuff like that happens, when you on the court with a great player and you're going back and forth to him, but you got the nuts to really come at him and you talking your talk at the free throw line. When that player comes down the court and dunks on you, that don't mean shut up. To me, it don't. To me, it means like, oh yeah, now we hooping. I'm coming with some more. I've been in that situation where I had the audacity to talk some shit to Tyreek Evans and he sent me flying through the baseline, but I came down the next play and dunked on Jason Thompson. Like, yeah, we still out here. I'm gonna keep talking that shit.
No, I want them to be competitive. My point is not I don't want them to be competitive. But bro, let's be real about them. They are great regular season team. But we look at like the Warriors and the Cavs, that was a rivalry because the stakes were high.
Ain't nothing wrong with losing, J-Rob. If
you're losing every time,
you gotta take it like a man.
I agree. You take your loss like a man, but
you got to take it like a man.
I just personally think you have not done enough to be as confident about yourselves as y'all are.
Yo, J-Rob,
y'all was in a dog fight. Y'all was in a dog fight with the Grizzlies, with the Timberwolves. Like I'm just not. I love who they could be. I love who they can be, but
wasn't Ja out for a little bit of that series?
Yeah, he got hurt.
So Ja was out a little bit of that series. But here's also the thing, though, J-Rob, too. It's not just all on them. And I'm gonna shoot them some bail right now because they are young and they haven't been through the ringer like this. But it's not all on them when after the game and before the game and on social media, people keep asking them questions and people keep gaslighting them and throwing different type of ammunition into the whole thing.
Nobody was gaslighting Dylan Brooks, bro. He go up there and talk. He speak from his mind. Nobody gaslight Dylan Brooks.
He does. Well, that's also my point, though. That's also my point. We wouldn't. J-Rob, we wouldn't be hearing from you right now if a microphone wasn't in your face about the situation. It's microphones in them boys' face. So it's people asking them, how do you feel about this? And Dylan Brooks is a competitor, so he gonna say, yeah, I'm finna beat Klay Thompson ass tonight when we played him. What, is he supposed to say no? Is he supposed to say, oh, well, they are a dynasty and they beat LeBron a couple times.
We're gonna try our best.
We're kind of a little timid going into the
Ron, you know damn well the difference.
Try our best.
Don't do this. Don't do this, because you both know. Y'all, everybody up here has played some sort of team sports at a high capacity except for Tom.
And I talk good shit when I do that.
Except for
I talk good shit.
He played a solo sport. We all know when they ask us about our opponent.
I'm on the right side, not the left side.
My bad. Right side. My bad. Top right. My thing is, when they ask you about your opponent, you're going to say all the things that are good about the team. You're going to say, we've worked on doing these things to be better than. But there's a difference between when it's arrogant and borderline than when it's just like, come on, bro. I've never talked about another team in my entire playing career, high school, college, and did one of these. But at the same time, I'm not going to sit here and we're playing Memphis with Tony Pollard and Riley Ferguson, and I'm not finna say up there we got a whole plan to stop Tony Pollard. Like,
but J-Rob,
I'm not going to disrespect this game like that. I'm not going to disrespect this game.
Is that one team when you meet for the coin toss, you don't shake their hands?
That would be like probably Boston College.
Is that one team? And for the Grizzlies, the Warriors, is that one team we not gonna shake you niggas' hands, bro? I don't care what y'all did. Y'all can win 30 rings in a row. We just don't fuck with you niggas, bro. Y'all
just a little arrogant. I personally, I could be wrong. I personally feel like they feel entitled, and I don't know what they feel entitled to. And that's my biggest issue with them.
The NBA.
Yo, I got it on a minute, y'all.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna hold you, bro. I'm down with all the.
I'm
down with all this shit talking because
I'm better than you at football. You can line that shit up.
At the end of the day, bro. I mean, this is something that I think is good for the NBA. I think it's great. I mean, this is what they're supposed to do, right? They're supposed to be getting people mad. People are not supposed to like them. This is the shit talking era that people missed back in the day. Nobody liked the Detroit Pistons. Nobody liked them in that time. But guess what? They were still doing it. And nobody liked them. It's history repeating itself. Then people are going to go down 10 years, 15 years later. You know what? The Memphis Grizzlies, man, I like that they were talking crap. Now everybody's buddy in the league. We won't have that anymore. It's the same thing. Grizzlies are talking crap, doing what they have to do. And 10 years down from the round, we're going to be like, you know what? That was dope. You're not supposed to like them.
Some teams don't want you to like them.
You're not supposed to like them.
As a matter of fact, I can relate. Can't nobody up here guard me in nothing. On the court, on the field, I'll moss both of y'all on that bottom row.
That's what get on my nerves. Y'all be crazy. Y'all be hearing this chat talking like I won't violate any of y'all.
Hey, can't nobody guard me, and I'll run both of y'all over. Hey, Bob, I'll beat you up. Yo, Dub. As a matter of fact, Dub, I don't want nothing to do with you on that mat because I ain't putting on no tights and rubbing another man's body.
My God.
Other than that, I'll let everybody up here have it. Chat, Zay in the clutch. You want some of this?
Yo,
you want some of this?
They be dead losing though. None of these mugs been tackled. None of them been fouled for an N1.
None of that.
What that say?
Been fouled for an N1. Nobody even got on the mat and wrestled in this mug.
I don't even think none of you hoopers can power clean 225.
Like, yo,
you out your mind, Bama.
I don't want nobody that can't power clean 225.
Bam,
how much you weigh? I just power clean you.
How these boys?
225 ain't nothing. I was doing that when I was 15, Bama.
I'm talking about taking it, flipping it, pushing it.
Bama looks like the Rock from Indiana Jones.
I was doing that when I was 15,
Bama.
Bama.
With one plate on the side, and y'all be talking crazy.
I was doing that when I was 15, Bama.
Bama, I really enjoyed your role as the Rock in Indiana Jones.
I got a rock for you. I'm gonna put your little ass in the headlock.
All right, we got the Memphis Grizzlies, Golden State Warriors tonight. I want to put this on the Lucra tracker, Lucra leaderboard tracker as well. Who does everyone have tonight? Oh, Bama also, because you joined late. Julius Randle, Jason Tatum tonight. Who you got in that points?
I'll go Tatum.
All right, Bobby, Ja Morant or Steph Curry? We're going points tonight.
Give me Ja.
Give me Ja. Dub?
take Wardell.
Ron?
I got LeVar Ball. But I want Steph though. I'm not betting against Steph. I'm not ever betting against the Warriors or ever betting against Steph.
J-Rob.
I'm going with the Grizzlies' daddy.
Let's go.
Steph Curry.
Let's go. Bama.
I'm gonna go Ja.
Boom. Hey, we got an even split, 3-3. All right, y'all. Any final words before we get up out of here, Ron?
I said what I had to say. Now y'all talk that shit back. All right, then. I ain't think so. I'm going home.
Yeah, you better take your ass on.
Going back here. I'm taking a nice long shit.
What?
Hey, hop in the Discord chat at 5:00. We streaming. I'm taking all PSNs. We're doing a private COD lobby. So pull up.
Boom.
Pull up to the Discord.
Oh yeah. Again, make sure you join. Click that Lucre link, whether that's in the description or right now in the chat, and use code Players Choice when you sign up. Bama. Final words.
PC Gridiron tonight, 6:30 or 9:30. I don't know what time y'all boys be on. PC Anime Saturday. I know y'all fucking with it. Headache Gang.
Naruto.
Yeah, y'all boys fuck with me if y'all need some V-Bucks. You know, your mama's favorite mailman. Peace.
Yo, Bob, any final words?
Yeah, I just want to say something, that what we owe is respect for others. What we deserve is respect for ourselves. So make sure you love yourself, take care of yourself, read a book, drink some water, don't drink and drive.
Salaikum salam, drink water.
Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to all the things,
I can't get a last word. That's crazy.
Wait, didn't I start with you, Dub?
No, you did not.
Oh, my bad. That's my bad. Hey, it's just you and me. It's you and me to close that. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to all the things, man. We'll catch you on Sunday. Peace out. That's crazy.